still wanted to track me. He wanted to track me, so he had trackers in the peace offering, which is the car. The money was in there, was the money that he owed me, that he stole from me. The peace offering was the sports car and the chains that he took off his neck. It was like 2 or 3 big chains worth a lot of money.
I never got a peace offering.
And so when he did that, something happened and he had to come back to my house. So when he walked up the steps, when he was walking to, down the driveway, the walkway to get to my steps, to get on the porch, because I was still sitting on the porch, he dropped dead.
Oh.
And he dropped dead not because he stole the money, because Spirit knew that I was going to get tenfold back. That was the money that he had in the car it was a lot more than what he actually owed me. Plus I got a sports car. Plus I have these gold chains now. The problem was he was still in trickery.
I think my friend incarnates into 4 life forms at once. A man, a woman, a dog, and a cat. I think that's one person with 4 bodies. And now all the others are gone, so it's just one person having to play all 4 roles. So I can see that makes it difficult to talk to me, since I wasn't aware that they were the same person until recently. And then I knew there was some kind of chicanery going on, but the idea that she was long gone and then she was just like a tulpa the whole time. Well, I didn't know we had access to that technology. And we don't, but Jews do. And whatever's actually going on, I can't get through. And when I do, it's somebody who's juiced up, who wants money, and thinks that she can ask me for money, and that I'm supposed to give her some, because I'm supposed to know that when she asks for money, that means I'm supposed to hurry up and go to her house and break in and kill her father and rape her, since that's her fantasy. Since that's what she emailed me like 11 years ago or some shit. No, longer than that, 14 years ago. She's kind of delusional. Reasons. And I guess she didn't like being left behind, and used as a dope mule for 12 years. I didn't know she was a time traveler. And then I didn't know who she was, because she was acting like a brainwashed total freak show. I didn't know that she was being mind controlled by dudes who didn't like women who tease young Michael Kuzi. Like my shadow guardians, they're like, why did she do that? Oh, she's a blah blah, and they decided to take out the revenge on her because they're stupid idiots who hate women. And I guess a lot of people thought that she was in the wrong, because she did. I won't say what, because it wasn't even her fault. She was groomed. I was groomed. It was set for maximum carnage, and somebody took the fall a lot more than I did. I mean, it's really the same amount of time, but I didn't think I needed to be suffering, and then haven't been lately. And then it didn't look like she was suffering. Cooking dope, taking dope, getting laid all the time, laughing and giggling, and acting like what she was doing was even remotely appropriate. Refusing to answer my questions about when Harry met Sally. Of course she fucking knew. That's fine. She didn't have to act like she was numb and couldn't say anything just because she was part of a Ceaseless grooming gang that she was trying to make bones with. Like, I don't know why the fuck anybody would want to make a grooming gang fucking impressed with you, but she was a woman. She was given dope to control her emotions. She was controlled by people, and she was deliberately groomed into making the decision that the controllers wanted. Similarly, I had no choice but to make something happen that was going to be bad. I did what I could the best I knew how, with no one helped me. I'd never kissed a girl before. Suddenly I'm enmeshed in this fucking gister nightmare when I'm 15 and a half. And everybody hates me because they've been told that I'm a rape demon. And my father broke some rule, and they fractured his back, and my mother was a dingbat, and it was all kind of nonsense. That's what I grew up in. So the fact that I can handle all this, it's just another fucking batshit crazy day at the carnival. And then I don't want revenge at all. I'm happy to say that it's not nearly as bad as it could have been. I'm not going to tell everybody everything about how embarrassed y'all should be, but you're all pretty fucking embarrassed. Yeah, because Michael Kuzi handed you your ass and redeemed his father on a global stage in ways that no one's ever going to be able to explain. And I did it without using my dick. And I'm still not getting laid. And then the woman who ostensibly wanted to have my dick tried to frame me so many times that she went to the psych ward 3 times because they couldn't make her stop crying when she realized she'd wasted her life again and she wasn't going to escape. And then now she's just mad at me because she's been brainwashed to do I don't know what with I don't know who, but I'm not supposed to find out. And then she's talking to somebody who she thinks is me because he sounds like me, and they want to make sure that she doesn't go blender because I guess she's worth several $1 million or some shit. The last part I'm not clear on, since all of it's based on fraud. And then the police that are guarding the situation, they don't want me to find out. They think they're liable because they goddamn are, and they're kind of annoying snots who treat me like a second-class citizen because they thought I was. And then it turned out to be Thomas and Kathy anyway, who I liked at the time, and I couldn't figure out what their deal was. And when I asked Kathy, why aren't people having sex with me? She didn't tell me why. She knew, but she did have permission from her owner, who happened to be Thomas, who came from Georgia, and somehow got a copy of Tammy Smith's "You," which is cool. I didn't know a person could do that. I don't know how it works. Hey Thomas, don't worry, nobody knows who you are, and I don't mean to hurt your feelings or anything. Like I don't mind at all, dude. I don't mind at all. Now that I understand what's up, everything makes perfect sense. It's not even like I said. And then I would never do what I was doing if I'd known you were fucking there and you're still using her as bait. Jesus Christ, no wonder she's such a fucking whack job. Do you ever cuddle, or do you just like hang her on a hook and toss her out the window? I'm sorry, that's probably classified. Anyway, I don't mean to tease it too hard. She's lovely, obviously, and then I'm glad to see you still two work. I'm glad the two of you still work together, whether it's in Time Cop or FBI or NSA or whatever the fuck you do and you lie about. It's nothing personal. I just don't like getting lied to by dudes undercover with badges who like to fuck women who look like my friend because standards. And then I'm not really mad about it. But I bet all of you are. Woo, doggy! Yeah, I'm supposed to just shut up and do what I'm told? Okay, I don't. What's your plan B? How's that working out? Okay. Anyway, I'm not mad. I'm not going to go bother her. And then I don't know what the fuck's going on because nobody wants to tell me. But it seems like somebody's getting their revenge. Now, as soon as you need my dick for helping out with that, she probably doesn't need my dick. She probably doesn't. I think she's nicely positioned. And oh my God, is all that a secret? Well, it's a good thing. It sounds like nonsense.
There were trackers and different things that he had put on the brand new sports car that he bought me. And Spirit wasn't playing no more games.
He told me he's got a tracker on the car.
He didn't bring the money because he felt bad or he wanted to do the right thing. He waited until the last second, and he didn't have a choice but give me what was mine. And because he was in fear at the time that he did it, but he thought, the money.
I'm sure he was told that if he let me know that he sold his daughter to some biker,
sneaky with the trackers
he'd be suffering.
And stuff that he had on
and he'd be right.
Car.
Because that's what bikers operate. And then the bikers don't tell me because I just go to his house and fucking beat the shit out of him with his own goddamn exhaust pipe. I don't give a fuck you're riding a bike, dude. You fucking pull that shit on me.
So he know where I am.
Obviously they don't do that because these kind of bikers aren't bikers at all. They're just cowards pretending to be bikers.
He dropped dead right in front of me. Didn't even reach where I was.
Meanwhile, my friend is still sitting there at the house, half brain damaged, waiting for somebody to fucking open her up from her time coma. I don't know who's banging her, but it's obviously somebody who doesn't want me to know they exist because they're big fucking pussies and they're on the hook for massive liability and they've committed fraud and they've stolen my money. Meanwhile, she's just sitting there.
I have the two lines here.
And the response has been to get rid of me and leave her alone with him and whoever bought her.
Accomplished a situation
that's Buckley PD.
People would call impossible.
And the claim is that they know best. I should just leave it alone, and because she's an abo whore, they get to do that with me.
Actual system.
Be that as may, it's been several. It's been a while. I'm not even allowed to talk to the woman, and she's been informed that I did something I didn't do, and she's been trafficked as a dope dealing whore for 30 years while I've been wondering why I don't get laid.
Still in their money.
That's what groom gangs will do. So the next time you're worried about them reading letters to your kids at the children's library, there's a bit more to it than you might think. And
it's because they've been doing this for generations.
Yeah, I would have done something sooner, but I had no idea that anybody would be this stupid. So
I just seen the 10 of Pentacles.
Garot,
the
happy
Empress
birthday.
is out here.
Also, don't piss me off ever again,
you
dude.
could be an Empress energy that this was
I
happening.
don't have to say much more, but I probably will because I see why I shouldn't. And then I guess I'm not so fucking stupid now, huh?
And they were
I guess my job isn't so important, is it? Yeah.
They lied on you so bad until, you know, nobody that was involved with these people.
Now, how much money are you getting to whore out your daughter and making sure she doesn't suck my dick? Not that I want her to. I'm just noticing that, wow, dude, you're like Johnny on the spot when it comes to being a guardian.
Everybody knew these
and then it doesn't seem like
money. Everybody knew these.
Doesn't seem like you thought this through.
Everything that they could do to have
until I found out I couldn't, and that she wanted to, and was afraid to fucking even tell me.
And nobody
it was kind of clueless, and now that I'm fucking aware, here's a hint, buddy. The fucking cops are aware too, and they don't really dig on that fucking trafficking shit. And since for years they thought I was in on it, now that it determines that I'm definitely not, they're kind of wondering what you're gonna do. You're gonna man up, or you're gonna just have a fucking stroke and swallow your fucking tongue while your daughter fucking laughs. Is she fucking torturing you for the last several weeks or months? I bet, because that's what hostages do when they find out that they're getting fucking exploited. And then you told her I was the problem, dude. Fuck you, kike wop nigger fuck. I don't give a fuck what you fucking think. Holy shit.
You kept
Commander of what?
You kept telling these people with the 5 of Pentacles here on the bottom of the
cornflakes
and the Knight of Wands coming out. You kept telling these people that the actions that they were taking, you know, the things that they were doing were diabolical, and you kept calling.
It's not going to work. So I guess you didn't really want to keep her alive. You just wanted the money and you wanted to get away. Is that it? Or, well, I guess you probably can't answer that question under advice of your attorney.
Because if there was a God, I've been killing people. You know, this is what they were saying. I didn't say your name. We've been killing people for generations now.
You're probably living in another body.
Getting their own people to work against them.
Yeah, so that's why you don't trifle with me, because I will take it to the limit.
All of these people were innocent.
Yeah.
Where was God? Where was their God then? Where was their God? Where
you want to make fun of my cat now, buddy?
When these innocent people that
we killed you want to ask me what I'm going to do? You come out with a firearm? I'm going to fucking ignore you like I'm doing now.
Inheritance, but most of them did not know that they had inheritance. So where was the God? So these people literally felt like that they could do whatever it is that they wanted to do, because there was no consequences.
How do you figure that my shit is your shit? How do you figure that?
The less, even less consequences.
How do you believe that? Like, what makes you think it's yours? Do you know why I just haven't beaten the shit out of you?
They know that there's a God now.
Because I have respect for your daughter, and she told me not to. And, I know why too. She wanted to torture you to death herself.
That when the Grand Reaper go to them,
I imagine you're not having the great time that you thought you were going to have with stealing billions of dollars.
The Grand Reaper is going to tell them about God.
And then you won't answer the fucking phone, and you won't tell what's going on, and you're going to act like you can get away with this. Dude, no wonder you're losing your fucking mind.
The Page of Wands.
Like, I'm really not mad at you. When I bang the life out of your daughter and put it right back into her, and you're in jail screaming with existential agony when you realize that Michael Clifford-Cousy is plowing your daughter, and you're going to jail for trafficking her, and there's nothing you can do about it, and she likes it, and I guess you should have pissed her off. When you realize all these things at once, it won't even matter if I ever have sex. Fact is, dude, you fucked up that large. That large. I don't know why, but I'm guessing you pissed off a whole bunch of fucking coven witches. And then blamed me for a bunch of shit, and then told them that they were in danger if they talked to me. So now I got a whole bunch of fucking mad cat toteless whores fucking running around going like, oh my god, Michael Cousy, that's such a threat. I'm not a threat, I'm nice. You're the fucking threat, douchebag, you and your fucking stupid fucking partner. I don't know who the fuck it is, but I think you have up to 2 or 3. Anyway, that's for somebody else to figure out.
Supposed to have been powerful witch. This is one.
Hi, I'm a paladin. Don't rub the lamp unless you're ready for the genie, you fucking rapey perverse freak.
This witch was using generational magic.
Oh yeah, those things I can break. I wonder why I picked up that skill.
Until she came across that little black girl. And whatever it is that her generation, because this was a white woman, whatever it is that her generation was teaching her was a bunch of bullshit. And that's what she came to realize. She could not defeat this little girl.
Like, I get now why I was critical, but after 4, it should have been a little bit sooner than 3.5 years. I don't know. You must have gotten paid off a lot.
It don't matter what color you are. You cover.
Hi, I didn't get paid. I'm hungry
some
and
of you
thirsty. What are you
guys,
doing?
It's real.
Are you
like
getting paid
that.
more to leave me alone and to
A lot of
act
you,
nonchalant? Like,
they
holy
wanted
fucking
to take
shit,
you
Jesus
out
Christ!
as
What
kids, as
fucking
children.
what are you gonna work?
You
Fucking
think
cartel
you're going
or
through
us?
something now as adults. Can you imagine being a helpless little child that don't know nothing about nothing? And these people coming
like
after you,
because her
you
father
just
told her
having
that
all
he'd
of
kill
these
her if she did it
attacks
again.
all the time.
So she
I
never
kept
showed up high
telling you
again,
guys that
and always
when I
acts
was
like it's
growing
the
up,
end of all things
all
if
the
she gets near
time,
me
it
and
would
acts
happen
like she
all the
wants me.
time. I would be in the bed, and
kinda
all
weird.
of a sudden, I couldn't
When your
move
commanding officer
anything.
rapes you and tells you not to get near my species,
I
apparently
was
that's an
fully
effective
aware,
order.
but I couldn't move.
So, and that's
it
the
was
situation
something on
that
my back,
certain niche
holding
elements of
me
Belgrade have
down,
been
and I
taking
could not
advantage of and
move.
laughing about for
Like they were
like the last
doing
15
a
fucking
lot
years.
of stuff.
And I guess that's
not
why I'm not
only
allowed
to
on
me, but
panel
they were
because I might
doing these
mention that and
things
make
to
it
you
fucking
as well.
difficult for you to be fucking nonchalant.
As a
You fucking
child.
rapey perverts, fucking skeevy little fucking
And they
creepy
could
fucks.
not defeat you. I
Oh,
want
well,
you
good.
to
I'll
just take
publish
a
this
minute
right
and
away.
think about that.
Suck my ass, you
They
two-bit
could not
dinosaur
defeat
hood.
you. But
Do you
you're
want
going
to
to
mute
be
my mic
in
now?
this victory and success
Why don't you cease and desist?
you
Why don't
have
suck your own dicks?
achieved
I don't give a flying fuck,
what
fucker.
it is that God wants you to achieve, not what it is that these fake drug addicts want you to achieve. Not that mess they be talking about. Oh, you to the next level now. You've achieved this. You've achieved that. You've matured. No, that's bullshit.
Now that I know what's going on, I can see how complicated it was.
And we're at the last second.
You know what made it a little
And they have to give you your
difficult
money.
is if
They
people
have
hadn't
no
lied to me.
choice. And if they do one more trick, they're going to fall dead.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What else do we have?
I'm not surprised my friend gets more
Not playing
sexual
with y'all.
satisfaction
I'm telling
from
you,
being
with the
passive-aggressive
God
torturer
coming out,
for
he's
partner.
not playing with y'all.
My mother did that to my dad.
With the
He
7 of
pissed her off,
Wands,
and she slowly made his
this
life
is
miserable.
like
That's what a cancer
all
will do
of
for you.
your
Cancer will do a lot of
your
other things too, but they got to
protection
feel
out
like
here
they can trust you.
in this world.
I was
it's like
apparently
you
not
have
thought to be
ancestors,
trustworthy because they didn't give her
which
a
is
free
why
baby
that
after
light
she shows
is
up
being
high as balls on
shined
LSD
on
or
all
whatever
of
the
these
fuck.
people that feel
And never
naked.
ever explains or gives me a
They
dose.
can't.
And then runs around doing drugs with everybody
They
else
can't
under what
explain
she thinks
to
are
you the
orders.
feeling that they feel.
Really? Is that what's going to happen?
But it's a feeling of not only shame but nakedness. They are being seen as if they are standing in front of an
she wants to
X-ray,
spend time with
like
me,
they
but
are
she's
being
afraid that her
X-rayed
captors
down to
will
their
abuse her
bone
further
marrow.
if she
They are being
tries to,
seen
because that's what's
very
happening.
clear. But not only for you
And the
to
police
see,
in Buckley
but for the world to see.
arranged to try and put me
Some
involuntarily
of these
committed for a
people
week,
wanted the
and then they
world
leave her
to
alone with
kill
him,
you.
and that's perfectly legal
And
because
they
it's
had
military.
contracts
And then
with
they
the
probably
7
deserve
of
each other.
Pentacles.
They're probably watching them
They
fucking
had
torture each other like
contracts
two's
with
company.
the world. Where's that
And
coming
then
here?
I show up there and I'm a wild card, so I don't blame her for not telling me. I like my friend. I don't want to hurt her.
No
And
electronics.
if she wants her father to be dead before
So a lot of these people
I could understand
all
why.
around the world,
He's a real fucking killjoy.
this is what they're being seen in that way.
And while I recognize that I don't
And
look
because
my
of
best,
the investments that
I
they
will point out that
and the oath
had her
that
father
they
not been
took,
stalking me for 30 years and
these
setting me up
people
with all
took
kinds of
an
shit so we could
oath.
steal
I'm
real
telling
estate,
you,
I wouldn't be having a
with the Wheel of
problem.
Fortune
You
to the
fucking
King
dudes
of
who
Cups,
fucking steal
they
houses
took
and
an oath
inheritance and fucking
to take
abuse
your
women.
spiritual gifts.
Fuck you,
They took
kike
an
wop
oath
nigger.
to
Get the
take
fuck
your
out of my
money,
country.
to keep you in poverty.
I don't give a
No
fuck how
matter
fucking
what
cool you are,
country
dude.
you
You're a
went
fucking
to,
rape nigger.
they were going
So
to be
stop it.
working against you. But they are now.
Yeah, I think you're
with the
losing your
Wheel of
command, dude.
Fortune, you're receiving good karma because you're receiving what it is that you were supposed
Hi, I'm Michael
to
Van Dieven,
receive.
copyright Magic Castle LLC.
And
If you
then
give me
with
any
the King
fucking
of
shit,
Cups,
dude, I'll fucking brainwash
your
Chris so that you fucking
emotions,
set your goddamn bed on
you
fire while you're in
stayed
it, Tubby.
calm as a cucumber throughout this whole
I
situation.
know your friend Chris is a pyro. I remember
Because
him.
when you're standing on truth,
I like him. And it turns
when
out it's
you're
not that hard to
standing-
reprogram
when
these
you are
MK Ultra
standing-
outcasts if you got a real good reason to. Because apparently they're all looking for a fucking hero.
it's getting too deep
wonder
for
why they can't
somebody.
find
They
one.
don't want me to talk. But when you are
Hi, George.
standing
Hi,
on
George.
truth,
Did you want to argue some more about petty bullshit like a fucking
you're
gay
going
man
to
would?
you're going to always stand.
Let's get some fucking action going here, dude.
You
You're
know,
gonna get so much
it's
fucking
not
money,
even
but you don't
about
want money because
winning
it's about
because it
power,
wasn't a
and
game
you don't want me
for you,
around
but
because
it
you're
was a
mad
game for a
because you
lot
can't
of these
control me
people.
because I like your sister better than you. Ha. By the way, where is
It
she?
was a
Did she get raped into slavery, or
They
did you
kept
just
spinning
carve her
around
up
and
for fucking hors
around and
d'oeuvres?
around. But they were working together with
Why
the
would you
Three
give
of
me this
Pentacles
copy?
here.
Well, gee, I don't know. What the fuck did you fucking
It
tell her,
was
dude?
teamwork, collaboration. It was,
Creepy.
all of it. A whole corporation. With the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck.
Corporation.
They were hooking
You have a whole
people up.
corporation
This
and I'm
is
supposed
that
to get a
energy
job?
of,
Fuck
let's just
you,
take that
Charlie.
one person now and,
Not
and
Charlie.
many can
Fuck you,
feed.
James.
Many can eat. Many can live well.
Fuck you, Lucky. Fuck you. With respect.
With you, per se, it wasn't even the money
Also,
that
all the
they
people
wanted
who are
when it
pretending to
came
be
to you.
men
It was
who like Tammy, who just sit
you
there
not
and
having access
prevent
to
me from
any
talking
money.
to Tammy while she moves from channel to channel, being Tammy while I never
Because
see
you
her
have to have
messages and
all
somebody else covers
three
up. That's cool
to
software.
be at
It's
your
also
strongest point,
wildly
especially when
illegal and
you
unlawful, so
are
I'm glad I'm putting it out
spiritual.
on YouTube. Maybe why don't you turn yourself down?
Money,
And then I'm not surprised you don't want me talking to it.
foundation,
I guess that's
and
kind of a
love.
awkward circumstance.
And you have to have
And you've been
all
doing this for how many
three.
fucking decades? Wow, that is fucking sick,
All
dude.
three. Spirit is saying you have to have all three.
I guess you must really like her, huh?
Love, money,
I love you, Lewis.
love,
Yeah,
money,
it is fucking funny, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna. No, I can't tell the whole story. No,
And if
shit,
they
no.
could keep your foundation
I'm supposed to tell
rocky,
enough to make it titillating,
meaning
but not enough to
not
make it
knowing how you're going to
actionable.
get your bills paid,
And then
not
I'm
knowing
not
how
mad.
you're going to eat or how you're going to
And
do
whether or
this
not
or how
she's
you're
mad
going
at
to
me
do
is
that.
entirely
That's
dependent
not
on
a
which
solid
fucking law you told her that
foundation.
morning, you fucking controlling freak.
If they can keep you, getting fired from your jobs or taking your contracts.
Is this really
or
easier than
making
rubbing your
sure
feet? Holy
that
fuck.
You're not
Seems like a lot of
getting
coke.
jobs, or at least a job where, you're
like
not
her.
working yourself to death by working 3 jobs instead of 1, that kind of thing.
Fuck, I would have paid you
Then
more.
your money is
Never
not
mind, don't worry about
stable.
it. Just carry on.
Because
Get
at
back-
any
get back to
time
work with
you
your
stop
slave girl,
juggling
Jabba the
all
Hutt.
of those jobs or all of those hustles that you're doing to have a stable foundation, then your foundation fall and your money fall. Love. That's why they kept attacking your relationships.
Did you think it was kind of weird
That's
that I
why
didn't
they kept
know?
sending in
People kept looking at me funny. Why didn't you fucking tell me? You thought I was so
masculine
fucking funny?
and into your life.
We've been trafficking this girl
So
under his
that your
nose for 40
love
years and he doesn't figure it out. No, I
would
figured it
not
out.
be
I just thought it was a
stable. So you
fucking
wouldn't
fever
have
dream.
a
I never imagined
stable
anybody could be that
love. You
fucking
wouldn't know what
retarded.
love
But then I
was
forgot.
in your
Bellingham.
life. But when your love, your foundation, and
You want me
your
to stop
money
doing
is
what?
stable, and you have all 3, you're a powerhouse.
Why would you
But
even
where
be
they
sober? That doesn't make any sense.
got you twisted, and where they really became obsessed and jealous with you is
Answer in your own
because
time.
they seen that even though you didn't have the money or love, you had a stable foundation. And your children were full of love. You are full of love. And your foundation, your house, was stable. You weren't worried about anything.
And this led to the ambush.
You weren't
You guys are
worried
liable for
about
that because I
food
wouldn't have had an ambush
or
if you hadn't fucking
shelter
lost your
and
mind.
that
If you
kind-
had told us the
house,
truth, probably wouldn't have happened. Then
foundation,
you
or
worked
any of that.
persuasively
They
to
became
make her lose her
very
mind and make her think that
jealous
she was wasting your time with you
when
more
they
than
were
once.
taking
Twice.
certain things,
There's receipts,
certain one
everybody
of
knows.
those 3.
And you're
Some of you guys,
pretending I don't
they
exist.
took all
Why?
3.
Because you're that fucking
Some of you, they were
dude.
just taking 1 at a
That's my
time
try.
or 2 at a time or just playing with it because, if you're
honestly
used
don't
to
know what I
working
want
3
first, a car or
jobs and
money?
now you only have that 1
What do you mean
job
they both come with a
and
girl?
you just have enough to pay your
How many
bills
girls
and
you got
put
there? Oh my
food
god,
on
that's a
the
lot of
table.
girls. Holy shit.
You're not taking vacations.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got your
You're
daughter
not
back,
being
so just give me your
balanced
whole
in your
harem,
life.
and then I'll set them free. And then,
You're not able
and
to
then
pay
everyone will
for
know
a
that you're
car, so
cool.
you may
And then
have
they'll totally
lost your
listen to your
car. You
podcast.
see what I'm saying? So your life is not stable anymore.
Dude, how does
There
it make you look worse when everybody already knows
did
except me
these
anyway?
things to you.
People are still listening to you. It's not
And now they
it's not
have
like
to
Jack and
answer to
Diane.
God.
No, I still like you. We can talk
With the
about it a
hair
lot
front
depending on what that
part
woman
out
says.
here.
I don't want to hurt the woman's feelings, but I don't know if
With
she
the
has
10
feelings.
cups, but
Fuck,
they
that's-
see
how does a woman
you
get herself in that situation?
still
Well,
in like a wish
let's not ask.
fulfillment, even with
Yeah,
all
it's
the
not
betrayal,
automatically
with
I'm
the
gonna hate on
swords
you.
out here.
who am I going to hate on?
Even with all the betrayal, they see, every time you turn around, they was
Steve.
causing some type of
Steve's
misfortune
a dick.
in your life. Every time you turn around, they was causing some type of betrayal
Wes.
in your life.
Wes is a dick. Oh, no, I can't hate Wes. No.
You
Wes
were
says I have to
surrounded
keep it.
with backstabbers.
You know Wes is
people
Tupac?
who were
I
jealous
didn't know that.
of
That's
you.
cool. I like Tupac.
And they knew, excuse me, exactly what women,
I
if you're
can't be
women,
mad at Matt because Matt's doing the right
what
thing.
type of women
There's this other Matt who's
to
in the
have
future.
worked with
There's
them
these people
that
who
they
come
knew
back for
would
the
be
future
jealous
and they're
of
trying to
you.
find out what happened, and when they find out, they're like,
So
"What?
they knew that these women would go
You
extra
spent how much
hard
money
and
coming back to the
do
time
all of this
and
other stuff.
what?
You're a man, same thing. They knew what men
Well, we can't
would be
arrest a
jealous of
15-year-old.
you
Let's just
and
leave.
go extra
man,
hard
because
and
they're
do all
hoping
of
to
this other
arrest
stuff.
the baby so they could rape it. Pretty much in the
That's
future, I guess
why
there's a lot of baby
spirit
rape
is,
happening with these time
that's
travelers.
why a lot of them are
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm
dropping
Star.
dead.
Disclaimer.
Okay, with the justice here,
I'm addicted to marshmallows.
you
so
are receiving
somebody else is a
justice.
Neil junkie. Quick.
But this is not because the justice system had integrity or any of these people had integrity. It's because they feel that their soul is damned.
Really? Did I smoke that much weed?
One more. Let's close this out, Spirit. Ace of Wands. Okay, so there could be like some opportunities or something. But these are the people with the Seven of Swords that stole from you. Now they want to offer you opportunities. It's like you're so powerful and they don't have a choice but give you your money. But now they want to work with you because really they want to be monitoring spirits.
They were working with me. That's just how they do it because they're that fucking retarded.
Spirit is saying that you understand the world. You know how the world works.
These are people that couldn't figure out that Native American women and children were valuable.
You see what I'm saying? Because
not the brightest
part
Europeans.
of your fulfillment is doing a certain type of thing. So you're not the type of person that will have billions or even trillions of dollars and then just want to sit at home and vacation or shop. No, you still want to work. Like you still, you still want to be active. You still want to do things because, that's your energy. It's you're full of energy, but it's for the world. So you still have to do what you're supposed to do. You see what I'm saying?
I want to see how Lewis admits that
with the Six of Cups.
He traded all his women for his daughter.
Out here, this is, it's just going back.
He was so scared. He was scared that his daughter was dead. I didn't know he had a daughter.
Like your younger,
and then I guess he was afraid that I might hug her or something.
You being comfortable.
So we went through all these draconian methods to keep me away. And then she ran off and she was missing.
Not saying that any of you were not comfortable in your own skin.
Sort of.
But just saying
he will deny all of this, of course, and he hates the fact that Goyim had to save his family. But he didn't like the wife anyway.
We're just going to use this for an example because it's the best thing that I can use right now.
He didn't like him. Why'd they get together? Oh, yeah, because I killed myself.
Where you have to be on camera.
Well, I guess that's awkward since I look like me and he looks like him.
Not any
yeah, oops. Gets paid yourself for the quarter there. Oops,
your soul is called to do. You see? So it's not like, my dream is.
And I'm supposed to quit smoking what?
To own.
Yeah, I don't think you're in any position to tell me, Tubby.
Beauty salon with clear steps going up, and everything in there is glass and clear. It's completely different. What you are called to do, I don't care how much money you have, you're still going to work because you can't just sit on that energy.
I choose to work. I don't have to work. That makes my contribution more valuable.
Like how you see a lot of rich people, children, how they just sit around, they don't work, they have nothing to look forward to. They're not even working their dream jobs. So say, for instance, as a kid, they may want to be a doctor.
I'm an exo-political diplomat.
Or a judge, or
I love my job.
Somebody on TV or whatever, a singer or actor. They don't even do that because they get comfortable in their, I already have everything. So really, I don't have to do anything. So I'm just not going to do anything. And then the next thing you know, they fall into drugs and, all of this other
People
stuff.
imagine that's what I'm doing. But I've just been pretending to sit here and wait. I'm actually working really hard doing things that aren't at all obvious. And I'm not working for you.
Because they
I'm working
know
for me. That's why it looks like I'm lazy.
They may not be on the earth and they have all of this wealth and their child going to either kill themselves, doing so much drugs off of their wealth, or their children are just going to scramble their wealth to hell. Like it didn't mean anything. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that. All right, guys. This is Love Human Behavior. Until next time, guys. One love.
So did you hear all that? Because the headline here is that
you're about to launch a pricing change. If you're a CEO or head of
I would have a paywall
huge
soon.
Call. Do you go with usage-based price?
No. We go with what the military wants.
Hey, collective. What's up? Welcome to my channel.
The military doesn't want me to interrupt those two. It's their family. They need private time, and then she can handle them. And she can answer the phone if she doesn't know that she can handle me. And then she's kind of confused because she's got brain damage, and then he's slowly dying. And then I guess it's like War of the Roses. So I'm not gonna interfere because I understand It's military business. And then I should have been there a lot sooner. But since I wasn't, I'm here now. And then I guess everybody else didn't know what else to do besides turn her into a dope more and mouth rape her for money for 12 years. I guess she told her not to call me. I guess she was embarrassed. Wow. And then nobody decided to read me in on that. They just decided to have me get a knife pulled on me and have questions asked about her. And then when I went to go visit her, I got pulled over by police who had been told that I was trafficking her and going to give her drugs and then rape her, like somebody else had done. So they had to go check it out. Turns out I'm not that kind of person. That's what they did to this poor girl. So they must have been pretty pissed at her. And yeah, I can see why she's kind of mad and couldn't tell me things. And that's the woman Grapefruit was told I was having an affair with. And then she pulled a knife and asked about her anus and my dick, and if I had been talking to her. Or no, if I put my dick in her ass. No, I still haven't. No. I'm proud of that fact. If she demands it, I don't think that I will comply. Standards. And then I don't know exactly what the fucking problem is other than, wow, like 5 or 6 women were arguing about me thinking that I knew that they were all one group, but I didn't know that I knew that many women who were so foolish as to think they're the only people in my life. But I didn't know that they knew each other, so that would explain a lot. And then I don't know if they're the same one. Anyway, it's real complicated. And then instead of explaining this to me, they just threw her in the psych ward 3 times and then let the other 2 get confused because they were layering all these women together. Hi, Belgab. This is your life. This is what happens when you piss me off and take my money and act like you're gonna get away with it. Fuck you. No, you're not. I'll embarrass the shit out of you. You're gonna fucking shit your pants with gold doubloons that are mine before you fucking get away from this one. Okay? Let's continue.
Journey to Row. My name is Z. What is up, everybody? I am doing a quick intuitive message here for the collective, all signs included. We are in Scorpio season, and I hope all is well. Please like, subscribe, and share if you like the message and it resonates here, okay?
Now, the reason why this comes up is because this woman doesn't behave the right way. She's not behaving in a way that makes sense. She's behaving like a woman's being held captive by a man who rapes her. No kudos, no. And then I don't know quite what to do about it, but I know it's military jurisdiction, and the military prefer that I take care of the problem without making a big fuss. And they're not really sure how to do that. Plus, they've been having a whacked off weird situation there for 35 years. When it's not like I need to hurry up and take care of it. And then I guess she's starting to throw down back. I don't know what they're doing, but it's not what they thought it was going to be. It's kind of like, I guess it's like Thunderdome in a house with the time of my birth on the side of it as a home address. Now, no one's told me not to talk about this. I can talk about this, and I'm not talking about it too much. But obviously, this is an excitement on a day-to-day basis that's difficult for me to describe. I don't need to use drugs to get high. I'm just there. It's fucking better than Wilmington. And nobody thought that anybody could do anything about this, let alone that I would be able to be doing anything, and nobody knows exactly what I did other than to be awesome. Since officially, this is a disaster, especially for the guys who like to exploit her and now can't. But unofficially, everybody who knew what happened was waiting for somebody to do something about it. And people thought I had a complete lack of moral character and it was completely impotent. No, I just didn't know. And once again, it didn't occur to me that anybody could be that stupid. So once I found out what was in fact occurring, I started taking steps. And then I did it in a way that did not focus on me getting my dick sucked. I don't even want to. I like looking in her eyes. I want her to whisper things in my ear that she thinks are nasty, like, I want to fuck you so bad. I don't want to charge you money. I don't want to be a whore. I just want to be your wife so I don't feel bad about what a slut I am. These kind of things are things that she's afraid to say because once she says them out loud, she knows that she can't say them again for the first time, and she has said them for the first time to other people, but then she's compensated for that by putting them in jail or trying to. I don't know. She's batshit crazy hood rat. And then why these other 2 hood rats were in competition. Why it's been a 3 hood rat fiesta, and why there's a rat king, and why nobody wanted to tell me this. That should be obvious by now. Is that obvious? Oh. Well, they pissed off little Mike Akuzi, who's a sorcerer, and mysteriously their drugs stopped working and their brain stopped working right, and then their karmic twin started remembering their past life selves and realized, oh my God, I've been tricked into being in a time tunnel raping this whore for 30 years because I remember that kid and I used to think he was a loser, and now I'm going to prison while he ignores the woman that I sold out to Satan. So, yeah, that's the kind of diary that I can unspool for some people. Not that I want to. I don't feel anger or angst at anybody, especially not Thomas. I like Thomas a lot, and I can see why he was frustrated with me, because he didn't want to tell me anything ever. I don't blame him. Poor guy. Anyway, I did think she looked familiar, but it never occurred to me that they had time tunnel travel for their whores. Jesus, you fucking Jews are ridiculous.
All right, let's tap right into the energy and see what is going on, what's going down on the timeline here.
Time-traveling whores making money from Jews. What the fuck?
Your solar return here, okay?
Kudos.
So let's get into this message here. Somebody is crying over their past actions here, permanent actions and decisions based off a lie. Okay, something is completely over. Whoever was trying to manipulate a court situation here, they got exposed and it is done. You got the death card and the ace of swords that came out here, okay? Had to start over the reading because the sage just went crazy. And then the tower fell on manipulating views and likes here, okay? Something is blowing up in somebody's face, and this person could be crying real tears. I've been talking about there's a specific, significant relationship affair that was going on the low in the background. Somebody was sleeping with the boss. They could have been using this for leverage. I feel like this got exposed as well. So whatever games that somebody was playing, honey, they're exposed. Okay, let's see what else comes out.
For anyone who's the victim of a recent
car
accident,
listen up. It's not a big deal. I'm not destroying. I mean, it's kind of funny. I really do like Dave.
Conflict of interest is what I'm doing. Yeah, they're trying to get their story straight. As I split the deck here, okay.
I get the story straight. Yeah. Oh, he's just too smart. We didn't know what to do, so we decided to take all his stuff and try to kill him. That's true.
Third party sleeping with somebody's uncle here. July 13th could be significant.
Oh, no shit. That's cool.
I don't know if that's somebody's birthday, but around that time, y'all get that cancer season here. Okay. I'm also getting the name Kenneth here. Okay. So I don't know why that's relevant all of a sudden.
What's the frequency, Kenneth?
Sleeping with somebody's uncle here. They're trying to hide this here. Okay. They also could have been working with a Sagittarius here. All right.
Okay. When you say you're trying to hide it, hi everybody who's afraid that I might find out. I already know. I don't know why you didn't think I did know, but probably because you figured I must have been a really good hider of my emotions if I did know, or I was an unfeeling brute. But no, it's not like that. It wasn't like that. It's that long before you guys killed her, lots of other people killed her too, and she's immortal. She keeps coming back, and obviously she's a real piece of work. So I'm not surprised somebody killed her, and then that would be funny because she deserves it. And then I don't know who first killed her, but I first figured out that she was in some sort of karmic cycle loop when she couldn't tell me that she was back from the dead and that she had been given herpes to control her, and that she was previously the person who had given me herpes and had told the whole school that I killed her cat, and that she told everybody what a loser I was, and then she implied that having sex with me would be gross because I had sex with a different woman that she thought I wasn't going to have sex with because she was batshit crazy insane on meth and trying to run game with her grooming gang to impress them. She wanted to get a baby out of little Michael Kuzi with as few short thrusts as possible because she had been given cock hate dope rather than cock sleeve dope and being groomed into a total lesbo, which she thought was coming from birth. But actually, no, it's when they give fuck me chemicals to children as young as 3, and she had been trafficked for a long time. Basically, I had no chance of survival, so I did what I thought was best, and then she turned into a screeching harpy queen that I was never allowed to meet for decades. And now that person realizes that I've been nice the whole time and she's been screeching at the wrong person, and she's actually been living with and sucking the dicks of the men who have been raping her and trafficking her the whole time. So I imagine they're going to have some pretty cool round tables, right? And then since I said all this really fast and I'm not really clear on who I'm talking about, I'm hopefully going to get away with not getting sued. And then I don't want to get sued, but I also don't want my friend to be exploited. And I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. I had no idea that any of them were that insane or unable to control their highs. And that's why you don't traffic children. And that's why you don't break my friend's heart. And that's why she's not mad at me, although she kind of probably wishes I had hurried things up a little, but she did humiliate me in front of Heidi Rutledge and make it impossible for me to... No, well, never mind. Anyway. We're even. And they wanted her dead. I wanted her alive. That's what being friends with Jesus can do for a person. All right, is everybody clear? Are we all good? Yeah, remember, you can always go after me in the civil courts, but I don't know why the fuck you would want to. What are they going to do? Put that woman on the stand? Or are they going to fucking cover it in asbestos?
Somebody's doing rituals here. Okay, I feel like it's not working. Yeah, ritual, spiritual body connects you to...
Stop killing children at your satanic blood orgies. It's pretty simple. Just knock it off.
Higher dimensions here. I feel like they were trying to connect to you to harness your energy here.
Maybe you could connect with my dick. funny thing is that most of them were caught 30 years ago. I just never bothered to tell anybody, and nobody bothered to ask me because they just figured that I was just some stupid loser who couldn't hold back his desire for drugs. So there's no point in looking into it. And then if they did, they didn't care what happened to me anyway. They hated me. That was Lake Forest Park. That's where I grew up. So I can see why we're having trouble getting a reunion going, and how everybody blamed me. But it's not as bad as it seems. Like, I know lots more, but I'm just hitting the high points here, which is whatever you think you don't want me to know, I know already, and you don't have to be mad. Hell, I even know Bailey is Heather Hinson. I'm not even mad at her. I'm not mad at her dad. I guess they're kind of upset that I said, "Oh my God, she's your kid." I don't care. I mean, at this point, since it's been 3.5 years, and instead of saying anything useful, it's been slandering me and claiming I have AIDS and I'm stalking and getting ready to drop paper on saying that I'm trying to seduce his daughter when she likes me. So it's a little family joke humor. Anyways, it's just gotten out of hand, and then the notion that I'm not going to get paid money. No, I'm not going to I'm going to get paid lots of money, and then I'm going to give it back to you. I'm going to give it back to your children, and in the form of gifts, and then they can show them to you old boomers when they get home and say, look what creepy Uncle Jack got me. And then one of these days you'll all swallow your tongues in sync, or whatever the fuck is going to happen. You didn't expect this was going to happen, and I'm not in trouble. And no, I'm not trying to make money off this. I have your children for that.
I have to face, there's a lot of gossip going on, child. A lot of gossip. Yeah, so somebody was making the pages and shit, making fake pages, and then we have mental body. Air radio receiver creates reality, thoughts, and beliefs here. So somebody was making fake pages here, okay, trying to catfish somebody using AI, and they were trying to create somebody else's reality here by pretending to be them here, thoughts and beliefs. Maybe what a particular person believed, or people in general believed about a particular person here. There's a lot of gossip about this here, okay? So this person is called up here, return to center is at the bottom of the deck. Somebody is called up here, you know, when it comes to just public opinion, this could be online, this could be a community, this could be in general here, but I'm also getting somebody's getting caught up in a court case here, okay?
I haven't seen her in 12 years. I
I
started talking to her again. Within a year and a half, she's got 4 phone numbers and she's been in the psych ward 3 times. I think there's something going on.
Uncertainty, self-deception, reevaluating values and beliefs. The aim was to cause confusion about
I don't think anybody's going to just blame it on me.
Okay? Yeah, scamming people and shit. Spam, taking a risk. Let go and let God also came out here with high society, money, power, and respect. So there could have been some individuals here who you would have never thought that they were involved in something just as petty, okay, but serious as this here. That's what I'm getting, okay, because you could have had to surrender this situation here, because with the high society, money, power, and respect, it's telling me that somebody has on a strong cloak here, okay, as if they would never be involved as foolishness like this here, okay?
Really? That's how Satan gets in there.
Them doing it, like they hire somebody to do this here, okay? Yeah, let go and let God.
You abuse one child.
Because, you know, it's like,
you violate the rights of a 15-year-old boy, and you think, oh, it doesn't matter if I rape him. He's a boy. He's Hungarian. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it fucking matters. You don't fucking rape children. Jesus.
Yeah, let go and let God. High society here.
I guess when high as balls on meth in high school in 1990. I guess it's hard to keep track.
Have clout, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm getting, child.
This Crocker tells you need him. So I can see why y'all want me to be quiet and not mention anything. But you're not in trouble. Don't feel too bad. It's literally not as bad as it could be, and it's really a romantic story when I tell you the end, because I know the end, since I actually give a shit. And then I don't know what all of you tried to do except die as you tried to solve the problem. I figured eventually people would give me a chance to be myself without trafficking me around. What was your name again?
A huge blowback. The whole thing was to cause confusion and
There's 3 of them,
somebody,
maybe
their name,
5.
their energy, their integrity, their character here, okay? And get people to be uncertain about a particular person or again a situation here. Yes, started
that was the whole point.
Aquarius or a Scorpio here, okay?
These fucking time-traveling, spurt-headed rape baby space pirates
so
are
the story
legit.
is giving me the energy of somebody who's on the rise, maybe to fame here, okay? That's what I'm getting. I'm also getting North Node here. Like somebody wanted to put an end to somebody's path, okay? How they were evolving, how they were growing. This could even be online, start and death. So this is, you know, this was
yeah, they wanted to take her out and make her feel small because they blamed her for things.
Yeah, and it could have
been I can redeem her and bring her back to glory. Nobody else can.
Like they sent out
I know what went wrong.
That was like funding the whole thing, okay?
And then the Alpha Draconin false alpha that's been controlling her genome in the future after taking control of it will vanish in a puff of logic, and then will no longer be an issue. And so I will have defeated the big bad without lifting a finger or appearing to do anything at all other than being a lazy bum, which will no doubt send grand jury historians in the future into hysterics when they realize what I've done, since all this, what I'm saying, is not admissible and nobody can prove what I did anyway or understand it, but everyone knows. Yeah, I did something. I guess it worked. There's women who want to have sex with me. Do they need to be kept at bay with fire hoses? Apparently so.
So I also feel like, you know, if somebody was in a court case with whoever this is, this individual here, they were really trying to throw dirt on somebody's name. Okay, excuse me, confirmation here, okay? Not just so they look crazy in the court of public opinion, but also.
I know this guy not real well, but he at the time he didn't know that I was cool. I think he knows that I'm cool now because I swear I never would have done any of the stuff that he thought I did. But he imagined that I was the reason why his partner was enticed across the border and ran away and disappeared. Apparently she was trafficked away by the siren song call of Michael Cousy being played by a vocoder, is the story I heard. I don't know. Apparently this is something they tried a lot because I guess there's a lot of chicks who need that extra little oomph of attraction magic added to a voice call that says, "Hey, I really can't stand it. Please fuck me." And then click. And then I guess that's the kind of actionable intelligence that comes in over the phone to a secret clando twat carrier that gets their attention. And they're like, okay, I guess I'll go bust my friend. Then I won't have to lie to him anymore. And then my pimp master will be pleased and give me extra drugs. And I won't have to hide the fact that I'm married with a pimp because I'm trying to traffic this kid from 15 years ago. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck DARPA and Raytheon got caught up in this kind of bullshit is... That's one of the history books, but I blame Jack Parsons as well as my own puerile sense of humor, since once I realized what was at stake, I was more than happy to just kick back and wait and watch everybody figure out. Hey, maybe you should let me talk to the right one instead of trafficking the... Oh, there's 3 sisters? Oh my God. And then there's this other one I never saw. There's like 9 or 10 chicks that all look pretty similar that the FBI or whoever the fuck it is, they all move them around and they move from place to place and they all have different forms of development. The one that's got a mouth drool problem, the one's all fucked off and brain locked. She's just one of many. I don't have to be without anybody. They just want to harvest them themselves. They've got a good patch of crop and they don't want to share it with little Michael Cousy because they're not sure what keeps it sustainable. Like, these women are all like time echoes and they're immortal because they hacked MK Ultra. Is this too much inside baseball? My military contacts are paralyzed with some paralyzed prayer I sent out before I started talking because I'm getting tired of pretty much never getting any traction unless I fucking really make an effort. And then what are they going to say? What are they going to do? How are they going to take me down? How do I know all this stuff? How could they respond so quickly? Oh, he's obviously on meth, so that must be just a fantasy. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
So in the actual courts here, okay? Hardened energy, somebody's going in about that. A verbal could be significant here. Yeah, they want people to turn their back here on the star. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, it was inconvenient for them to be listened to by the people who wanted to hear more from me when they were told, no, you can't hear from him because he's a drug addict and we can't let him talk about my wife or whatever. Because I guess they thought that I would care. I mean, I kind of do. I think it's more funny that they care so much. Like, as if I was gonna file charges. Fuck no. I have people for that, and then I didn't. But when you swindle somebody who has a special needs trust, there's this little law that says these lawyers have to pay attention, and it's assumed that when the person who has a special needs trust is a beneficiary, it assumes that they're too special to remember. Oh yeah, I got to hire a lawyer. Somebody has to hire a lawyer because that's the way the system works. And so I knew that I didn't have to hire anybody. I could just sit in the corner and fucking suck on a Thorazine popsicle for 10 years. And eventually the law would catch up to everybody because you guys ripped off the wrong fucking set of lawyers and the wrong set of royal fae. And I know you all thought that you had to save her from the clutches of me, but it turns out I'm actually really nice. I just made myself scary because I don't like bigots and teetotalers. Yeah. And there was this girl who was kicking herself because she didn't see this coming, and then she ended up getting totally trafficked by D.B. Cooper, who goes back and forth through time and takes care of a lot of these women who don't know what to do with me. Apparently saying to me, wow, I think you're hot, can I play with your penis? Apparently that's not something that a person who's on duty trying to set somebody up for rape charges says. I guess the verbally stated phrase, if uttered aloud, renders the whole scenario moot. So I had a woman who was angry with me for refusing to make moves on her until she said out loud that she wanted to, but she didn't want to admit out loud, she thought, those things because she didn't like the F word and she didn't want to say out loud that she liked it, and then she didn't like it. She hated it, but she was compelled to go for my cock anyway because of the Mars placement in Scorpio. So of course she finds a Scorpio from Bellingham. who tells her that I'm dead because he thinks that's funny. And yeah, it pretty much is. Yeah, how'd that work out? Is this too much inside baseball again? Oh my God, I'm just talking about these things I think about every day since I found out about them. It's a pretty cool story, but I haven't wanted to reveal things too soon because that would be rude, and also I wasn't sure if I saved the daughter yet. But now that I saved MV's daughter from whatever the fuck, I mean, he couldn't. He called up and he was crying about it, and then I saved her, and then I don't know where she showed up. I don't give a fuck. I don't do too much with time travelers and alternate dimensions that tell everybody that I'm a loser and then hide my fucking channel and shit. I mean, he's a Jew. That's all he can do. I don't really mind so much because it's really a sign of respect. The real Van Diemen, the real guy. He's a real cool guy. And then his sidekick AI are pale imitations of him that he tried to copy off of me because he figured that would be better. I guess it was if he wanted a hypersexualized daughter who wants to fuck me. But in his case, he was dismayed to discover that he'd become psychologically and physically dependent on Goyim, namely me, because his whole empire rested for a long time on him keeping that woman happy and me keeping me being kept ignorant of her existence and seemingly afraid to look for her or to know what to say if I talked to her. But I know what to say. It was, bitch, how do you like getting trafficked? Because I kind of saw that coming. And then I don't really know why she wanted to make me miserable. Oh, wait, I remember. Yeah, because she was part of a groom gang that made her into a man-hating lesbian, and they gave her peer pressure and a whole lot of bullshit, hypnosis and psychologically active drugs, and told her that I was worthless and that she shouldn't be spending time with me. The same technique that gets used over and over and over with all these women that are the same time clones of the same angelic pair. Isn't this cool? Did you want to know all about this? Do you think I should have asked permission before I told this story? I asked through telepathy. They love it because now that they know what the fuck is going on, they're like, oh my God, Jack Star is the coolest friend in the world. Why don't we suck his dick? And the answer is pheromones. You need to get pheromones. You need permission. And they'd been taking fuck me chems for so long that they had warped their brains into hating God's perfect plan for creation and thought that cock was bad, and didn't realize that that's just strictly chemical. That could be changed with one dose of the right thing, and then they thought that was cheap, and that the natural way was for them to be baseline, totally scissors. But that's just what they were groomed into at a young age, because they were identified as being unicorns, born during the cusp of prophecy and the cusp of magic. That's how the company contracts out to Lesbo and Totsle's royal interests when they want to breed. They know when they're going to be born because they control the audio, they control the horizontal, they control it. The company's very powerful, and usually I wouldn't be allowed to say all this stuff because it's going to work and nobody else knows what to say. And I really did say it pretty fast, so nobody's going to believe it anyway, even if they could follow along. They don't have the cognitive capacity to understand the implications. Plus, it's not really a secret. I mean, they could call me up and tell me it's classified, but then they'd have to acknowledge that they listen and I'm right, and they've been having me involved in a highly unethical research experiment for my entire life. Pretty much got the company by the short hairs, which is why they usually shoot people when they get them this far along. I'm hoping I'm going to coast through. I'm not sure how. Maybe I'll use a magic door, or I don't know. Frankly, everybody's so fucking tired of this whole fucking thing. People are just going to be happy that I'm happy. And then what are they going to do if they don't like it? Are they going to shoot me? I'm a fucking legendary fucking hero. I'm fucking bigger than JP Patches with twice as much dick. And I put out with no grease paint. I don't see how they can fucking do anything besides go, yes, Jackster, we love you, Jackster. Here's your company car. Why the fuck they get fucking Don Imus had a fucking career? They can't fucking give me a fucking public access channel. They got to fucking run me around and fucking steal my motorcycle because I won't work. And I'm a nigger. And then mysteriously the people at the forefront of this pogrom have been posted on Belgab for fucking 20 years. Sounds a bit like a gypsy curse, doesn't it?
Because of these illusions from the Seven of Cups. Because of some illusions, some lies, some slander. And somebody was doing it from behind a fake page here, okay? Mental body, air, radio receiver. They were putting out some false info across the airwaves here, okay?
You could borrow anywhere from $26,000 to $250,000 to fund your dream renovation.
I could.
The airwaves here, okay? Trying to create somebody's reality or the reality around them, your thoughts and beliefs here. Now this person is having to walk away, okay? 8 of Cups with the Hermit energy here. It's like they tried to block somebody and try to blacklist.
Now this person's having to walk away. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means that this reader knows how the system works and knows that this person's going to be denied access because they have access to the little switchboard button that makes it so that phone calls don't go where they're supposed to go. For example, there's a friend of mine that I really like to talk to, but she's military property. And she's, well, maybe not in love with me, but she's hot as fuck, and then they don't want her to have sex with me. They want her to be a good little military property person. They don't want them to be thinking about me. They want them to be thinking about how they're going to serve money for the military, because they're bound, chattel, slave, whores. That's what happens when the military starts owning whores and using them as bait. Kind of a slippery slope. So I don't know what's going to happen, but when you meet a girl named MMM and she asks where the acid is right when you walk past her, and then she ends up fucking things up really quickly, it's not surprising that she's kind of miffed. And she really pissed me off. She really hurt my feelings. She didn't care. She thought she was in charge. And she was trafficked by Lewis and George to become a drug cook. And they took drugs that she cooked and fronted them to me and got me to try and sell them so she would be implicated so they could use it as leverage later. So they fronted me like this ridiculous amount of acid, so I took a quickest way I could to find the most obvious FBI guy ever, and then I called him in front of a bunch of people, and then just handed it all over at barely cost and got rid of it, since I wasn't going to distribute acid or knew anybody to distribute acid to. I just wanted to find out what the fuck was going on. And what was going on is two sides meeting all the time to play two people off against each other, one Hungarian, one Abo, and they thought they got rid of me, and then they focused on her and tortured her over and over and over in many ways to make money for 30 years. And everybody at Belgave just thought it was Laugh City, and I was a moron. So that's why I'm not going to prison. And I didn't save her to get sex with her. I saved her because she needs saving, and no one else could. And you guys are all assholes, and whatever it is she comes to an agreement with her family and her fucking psychotherapist. Maybe I'll fuck her, maybe I won't. It's not really on my mind, since I thought she was dead. And the notion that she was really, she was trafficked that bad and you guys are all that fucking dumb and now I caught y'all. I don't give a fuck if you go to jail or pay me or do the do-si-dove or a franken-do. No, I've won. Now everybody knows I'm a hero. Sping! And I did it the Masonic way, which means nobody knows how, and it's everybody will forget everything except that I won. Fuck, I want to know what my dick tastes like now.
Here, you got Queen of Pentacles, they damn near fell on the floor. Okay, with the Three of Swords, this is the person that's crying here. A Queen of Pentacles in the reverse here, all right? They're crying. They could have been dating someone here, all right, that has some sort of pull or rank, okay? I'm hearing establishment here. This person could be like a business owner here, okay, CEO. They're ashamed of this investment, this work that they put in. It's because they're getting caught here, you know?
If that's Mobeen Butte, who's been seducing certain women thinking that it's a good idea, I can see why he would do that. I love that man. He's a very serious businessman, and now that I know the deal with the Pakistani and what they knew about me and what he knew, now that I understand what's going on and that I've done what I've done, I could see why he behaved that way. I could see how it was real disappointment to him, and I hope that when I see him again, I can tell him. Of course, I knew you were Chesme. Of course, I knew it was bullshit. I was just tired of trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, and nobody was telling me anything. So he was always real skeptical of me, because before he was opening a shell as a thinly veiled front so that some bald-headed Aryan Brotherhood spurg-lord arrogant bastard could sell marijuana to everybody but me. Before that, he was he was manager of a Pizza Hut, where I also hope to get weed. It's amazing how life feeds on life. And these people are all heroes. They all did really good jobs. And frankly, the fact that they were all available at the end of a 40-year fucking whatever, like why couldn't they talk earlier? I guess they were ordered not to, and I guess they thought I was a moron. No, I'm a genius. I'll tell you all about it later while I rape your daughters. I guess rape is what we do now. I didn't know. And is it still rape? If you give them Banaka and then they fall in love with you forever, is that rape or is that seduction? Or do you have to retreat to conclave and have two fucking gangs of lesbos and tootsleses go strip to skins and have a knife fight before you decide which fucking word is the right gender pronoun. I don't fucking know what you do, okay? But I got nothing against you, and no, I didn't kill the cat at all. What happened to the cat? Did the cat just leave? Did she eat the cat in frustration? Did she and the cat kill themselves? And they had to be resurrected like Duncan, Idaho? Like, what's the details? I gotta know. Preferably while I'm snoodling with Carrie Newell. No, I'm kidding. Balls deep, first thrust.
Could be another figure that's crying as well. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, that could have been the ultimate agenda or intent was to, it was greed, okay?
Jesus says that's what she wants.
Maybe, there was definitely some jealousy or some envy that was involved, but they didn't want someone to be successful.
She's been afraid to go all the way raw dog, as they say, because she knows that in her heart of hearts she'll just get instantly pregnant, because that can happen. And then she had a long talk with Jesus about it years ago. And Jesus said, yeah, we still got a deal. I guess the deal is if hell freezes over and she can get me erect. Sure, Jesus will guide the sperm home like the fucking Death Star barrel. Wait. Oh, Jesus says I'm making this all up. Okay. She's got some ideas though, and then I'm surrounded by women named anything but Carrie, and then there was a Carrie, and then she turned out to be this kidnapped angelic host from the future that was taken over by this cash jockey who was mad that I wasn't gonna fall for her bullshit. Hello, Starlight. She's got a real strong feeling about certain things. Mainly, no, I don't want to shoot her up with drugs and then have sex and then go to jail. No. Why does she do that with somebody else? Oh, because she wants me to go to jail and have sex, and then she wants to mock the other guy. Well, whatever she wants to do, she's not doing the right thing, which is coming over and bringing the gack and saying, here's my signed contract. Because she's like the daughter of a sheriff. Of course she wants me to shoot her up with drugs and have sex. I could, and then do I trust her not to turn me into her father? Well, if he's going to fucking find out, isn't he? She's going to be screaming all across the valley. This is the lifestyle that I have to deal with, because lots of women think that's a cool idea and have a different idea about how the dismount is going to happen. And then most women don't imagine ever having sex for real once, let alone repeatedly. And apparently, sometime when I wasn't looking, in the post-1990 environment, human courtship became based on the level of drug you get access to, since somebody cracked the code and then everybody started passing around fuck me dope, and everybody thought I was doing that, but I never was, and now. Isn't that ironic? Oh my God. No, I like her because she's too shy to approach me, but she tried, and then I ran off, so we're both shy. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is a dick, but that's what they pay him for.
Here on the home front here, but financially here, there also could have been another agenda to take something from.
I heard they made up.
Here, okay. Yeah, the Emperor energy. Johnson, I was sleeping with the boss. They made a deal. Okay. High Priestess is at the top of the deck. So it was a boss that made a deal.
She says she's grateful to Ryan for humbling her so that she wouldn't have to worry so much about me. Wow, that's, phew. That's icy.
With the Empress in the reverse here, a karmic energy here. Okay, you have to have somebody over here with the Five of Swords. Child, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so that's why that let go and let God came out here with high society, money, power, and respect. Because whoever this boss was, they have a certain position here, so they have the pool, they have the rank, they have the resources.
I want to talk to what's her nuts about how she was time trafficked, because I know what the fuck happened. She's probably like going, what do I do? Well, I don't need to get revenge because I have people for that, but I don't think she needs revenge. I think she, God. Well, let's just put it this way: she needs to explain to me. Nothing at all. Whatever. I love Leafs now. Who knows?
They have the connections, okay?
Oh wait, I might have to get a divorce first. Maybe she can help me get a divorce. Maybe she can write a divorce song. I'll get the triangle and she can get the tar and we'll write a song about divorces. Why not? What do you mean Grapefruit's jealous? I thought she didn't exist. Whatever. Note that I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just getting balls out high in my bedroom that hasn't been anything for 3.5 years. And no, I don't have a job. Well, I mean, I have a job, but it doesn't pay money. It doesn't. I don't have income coming in. I just sit here and be an asshole on the phone, and she's jealous of that. Oh, imagine what happens when it actually gets erect.
This could be somebody in your family here, or this is about a community here. It could be a family member that wants to apologize, child. Okay, because you're coming up in this high priestess energy, you know what's up.
Want to apologize? You get to apologize.
Things like this, if they were so sorry, if they were so apologetic, they would have never done it. Okay, they're only apologetic because they have to suffer the consequences here. Yeah, it could be two people who got together. It was over an Ace of Pentacles energy here, all right, that they felt like was up for grabs with the Two of Coins.
I
So the long and the short of it is that while these women thought that they were getting away with
the right therapist.
keeping things secret from me, I mean, like I already knew, I figured it has to be, their arrogance at imagining that they couldn't tell me caused a bunch of men to take action and to protect me by, once again, finding a justification to torture women. Now, I don't think that's cool, but they do. And I can see why women have been reluctant to tell me what happened, because generally the punishment for trying to run game on Michael Cusi has been to be humiliated when that fails, and then to be stalked and terrorized by Aryan Brotherhood enforcers who have been assigned to back cleanup on Michael Cusi for reasons I'm not clear on. It's pretty strange, the hidden political world of the end times apocalypse. But that's okay. I don't need to worry about it because I don't plan to get laid. And then I'm, once again, just sitting here, blah, 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 high as balls, legally, lawfully, effectively. So, yeah, shit, yeah. Come on over. I am the walrus, except I can't have Alanis Morissette come to my house. There's no water, and they recognize her, and then she's shy, because I guess Hollywood knows about, I guess the entertainment industry knows about this kind of thing. And apparently they mostly watched in real time with rapt adoration as I dismantled their whole fucking thuggy piggy problem without being at all obvious about it. Yeah, I'm their hero. I didn't do it to get into Alanis Morissette's pants, but fuck yeah, she's like second or third on my list after Melissa Ann Morris or Melissa Michelle Morris. No, Melissa Ann Morris. She was a Pisces. I yelled at her too much after. But well, anyway, if you startle a Pisces, they might never come back, and then she didn't until she was, I think, trafficked back to some sort of plastic clone that some fourth dimensional space pirate thought the computer indicated there was a projection I might fall for, not knowing that she was on my list of all the women who disappeared that I had to find out what happened. Mostly just to say, so did you like it in traffic better than telling me that you liked me, or did you believe the story about whatever you've been told? And then I wanted to further ask these women what stories they had been told about what I had done, but then when I found out what the fuck story was, I didn't want to ask over and over. Did you really believe I had AIDS? Did you really believe I had AIDS? Because it wasn't whether I had AIDS or not. It was that when everybody in a thuggy piggy family whose relatives are the cops says, "Stay away from Michael Cusi, I'll shoot you to death," and then rape you. When the word from your peers, who are all cops, says, "Don't give that guy anything, including speed or twat," you tend to know that it's probably not worth the risk. I mean, how good can I be? Obviously good enough, but that this wasn't known for some time. And so I never realized that it was... Women were actually not telling their friends about how good my penis was because they didn't want to share me. So it was a bit of an obsession thing that I wasn't aware of at all until years later. And then I spent years being miserable and lonely and unhappy, thinking that I had done something wrong. So it was nice to see Melissa again, but she was being held hostage by a man who looked like Grapefruit's brother's cousin's retarded butler. And then she was standing there like she couldn't sit down if she wanted to because she was, bound chattel military hostage slave. Looked real cute, and then she didn't want to talk to me because she wasn't who she was, but she wasn't unaware who I was, and then I was supposed to be impressed. I was at the Burger King. I just called up the National UFO Hotline, and then, or not National Human Trafficking Hotline, and talked to them for like an hour and a half, spilling all these details about my life. Yeah, I saw her last night, blah, 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 blah. Just ran all this stuff down to the operator, who turned out to be the woman who had been a sex worker that had been paid to take my virginity on my first date, which I had to go on since I was taken to it by a bunch of company spook lords who were accompanying me while my other friend was in another country, because that's how badly she wanted to have my penis. She claimed to be a virgin and that she hoped it was with my dick, that she would break that cycle, but something else happened instead. And then rather than find out any of this at the time, I got screeched at and did not become aware of the actual story people were being told for a long time. Apparently, Alanis Morissette is breathless. She can't believe that I can tell that story and that she understood it, and I haven't written a song yet. She says, I play the bagpipes. Don't I write songs from the bagpipes? Fuck no, lady. No, I just got the bagpipes because I wanted to have sex.
And let me tell you, game changer. You see, for years.
It didn't really work.
Like what's up for grabs with the 2 of coins. Here, two heads is better than one. Yeah. So it's two people in a family or within a community here. That came
Seriously,
together,
she's cute. I like her.
over drinks and shit, and they decided to put this plan in motion. Okay.
I love how women just casually decide to ruin a man's life over drinks. Let's have Cosmos and talk about how we're gonna fuck this poor bastard up. That's the women in the modern age. God love them.
5 swords, honey. To betray someone. So there was money involved here, but again, it had a lot.
He loves me. He'll do anything I say. Yeah, that's women.
To do with you being in this star energy. Now, you could have a platform here, you could have a big following here, but there's something about your path with that North Node energy here, okay? Someone is like, something about...
My North Node is in Capricorn, which is the sign of the Baphomet and the devil. So if it's naughty, it's my area of concern.
Being on the right path, leading to this Wheel of Fortune energy here, okay? We talk about the Wheel of Fortune, we're not just talking about finances here. We're talking about, the whole shebang, okay? Like, they wanted to stop that for you. I ain't lying. There's the star energy with the 10 of Wands. It drove them crazy here, okay? To know that you were going to make it, all right?
Yeah. Because they had told everybody what a bastard I was, and then when I show up and I'm not a bastard, and then I say, oh, her, let me tell you what really happened. That's like the nightmare scenario. So hopefully I got it over with quickly.
Your destiny. Somebody didn't want you to fulfill your own damn destiny here. Yeah. And there's two people in particular here that made a pact. They formed an alliance, an agreement here. I'm getting like it's an Empress in the reverse, Queen of Coins in reverse. That was dating.
They formed a pact. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. God.
Like a boss figure here. Could have been dealing with the Aries here. So I've seen Aries and Sag, okay? Doesn't matter though, Aquarius, Virgo.
This has a happy ending.
So they were worried about people liking you, loving you, giving you your flowers here.
They were worried about people liking me and loving me and giving me flowers. This was something that they worried about. What if people love Michael Cusi? What do we do? What if they give him flowers? What if they like him? Well, there's always Zyklon B. I hope they're not mad at me because I adore them. These are my sweeties. And then without me, this is what Belgab and Lake Forest Park High School alumni reduced them to. Pale shadows, imitations of themselves, because that was better than letting them suck Hungarian dick, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking racist fucking town. Fuck you, Lake Forest Park.
Somebody also didn't want you helping people here, okay? Somebody could have a North Node and a Queen.
No! Then people might think that Hungarian niggers are helpful. We can't have that. Sound the alarm!
Aries here.
It's not quite where I grew up, but just north of there.
They didn't want you to be celebrated, honey. With the star and the 9 of cups. Wow.
They knew what celebrations were, but they didn't want them for me. They wanted me to be alone and unhappy, and they did that for 3.5 years, and they thought that would be a good idea. Because they wanted to get away with something. And somehow they thought that would work on me. Like, imagine being that fucking high. Belgab.
Wow.
Decades.
Right. So they're somewhere crying, okay, because they're in the tower.
So when it comes to getting a job and when it comes to signing liability, trust me, fuckers, if you ever fucking logged on that site and you knew anything about anything, which you did, if you ever posted the Falky thread, basically if you ever were there and aren't me, you may be paying out compensation on some level. I'm not sure how that's going to be handled, but it's going to be discreetly, quietly by the military on some level. And then I doubt I'm going to make a lawsuit happen. I think I'll just write a musical and fap a lot on OnlyFans. And if that doesn't appeal to somebody, I don't care. They don't have to pay for it. They can ask for a refund. Do I even need money? Honestly, it seems like I should just move directly to bartering in foodstuffs, since I'm going to start eating flour and shitting cupcakes soon.
Okay, they're having a crisis. They're trying to get their story straight here. So I know these two are trying to come up with an alibi here, but they're called the Ace of Swords.
There's never any story they'll come up with, because the truth is they asked for help, and I came, and then somebody thought that I wasn't a good enough sorcerer, or I needed to be moved along, and that I wasn't in control, and then they tried to just write me off. So several years later, I'm still not over that. Okay. Like, no offense, lady, but I don't give a shit how bad your cooking is. I like you. And then when you're mad at me and you don't tell me why, and it's because I'm not doing things fast enough to rescue you from the corrupt DEA Whidbey Island beachcombing spurglord white boy cracker assholes that are holding your family hostage. It might help if you told me that, because I thought you were just stuck-up snobs. I didn't realize you were also being held hostage. But I can see why somebody would. Anyway. By all this, I mean to say that it didn't have to take 4 years to rescue you. I could have done it first day. But this way you know what deprivation really feels like.
Sounded with the death card here. Like these two, they could even, form an agreement here to come present a certain narrative in the courts here. They know what.
Formed an agreement to present a certain narrative in the courts here. Wow. Huh. Well, I guess I better be careful or you'll go to prison. Oops. Scusi, mille regretti. Oh, wait, there's 24 more of them. Yeah. And then the one that I like is to be determined, since I guess she's kind of shy and hops from body to body. Wow, I had no idea it was that exciting in the Falke thread, in the old school Bill Gap. I had no idea that Curtis and Michael Van Dieven knew all this stuff, and that Kimberly Vanderzee was her sister. Is that your sister? He says no comment. And then I didn't know that all of this stuff was supposed to be secret. Dude, fuck you, it's my life. You fucking laugh about behind the scenes without me there. I'm pretty sure that a dozen years later I could say whatever the fuck I want, and it'd be a pretty hard sell for you to say that you're upset about it. Since for one thing, I'm still talking about how awesome you are. For another, none of this is illegal, I don't think. For a third, even if it was, they signed up for it, and they were bound chattel military whores, and lucky to be heard all, and then they disobeyed orders, and so they got punished, which apparently involved some real novel ideas. And it wasn't like they had a legal obligation to tell me. They just thought I didn't deserve to know, and then one thing led to another, and years went by, and then all of a sudden I start screaming about what the fuck, which I'm sure that felt kind of unfair to people who had been treating a woman who I love dearly unfairly for a long time. Belgab. A little too ironic, don't you think?
It's up. It's over with the death card here. It's over, okay? Yeah.
Never sue the person who hit you after a car accident. I just got $100,000 for an accident I was in last month, and I didn't sue. I didn't have to go to court.
The death card here. It's over, okay? Yeah. Previous week I did.
It's actually just
story was in the reverse. If I'm not mistaken, it was a Queen of Coins. Okay, that was in the reverse. Like, there's no alibi. Somebody has been caught red-handed. Yeah, they're under judgment. Didn't I say they came together?
Excuse me, they don't need an alibi for something that isn't illegal, and they don't need extenuating circumstances to explain something that nobody should have heard about in the first place, but because it's important, and because I felt like it, and because I said so, and because everybody else just spent years acting like assholes, breaking laws all over the place to make sure that I never found out. Now, since I know, it seems like I should be telling you people that I know. And if you don't want to hear about it, that's too fucking bad. I don't want to hear about how you were fucking my friend either.
Over the three cuts, over dinner, something like that. Child, they could have several dinners. Again, they're dating, okay? I definitely feel like this,
They're dating. They're dating. But they don't have time to call me on the phone, and I guess they don't have to, but they've been told that if they call me on the phone, then they'll lose money and be shot. So I guess we're not dating. And I don't know how many of these stories you all have gone through, but it's a little bit much to continue any further, especially since I think it's hilarious. And in case anybody was wondering why there's 3 sheep pans of lasagna, I can see why. Lots of skinny and sweet. The box is identical to the lasagna box. You guys scorned this woman for how long, and then you told her it was my fault. You drove her insane, and then you expected that to work. What did you think was going to happen? What, she was gonna fucking cut off my dick? No. Well, I'll smooth down her hair and give her a kiss on the cheek and wind her up and point her right back at you. Tammy, sick chopper balls.
Relationship that they have is in secret here, okay? Because we have the Queen of Coins in reverse, like the Jezebel energy here, under judgment. And the time is up. Time is up here. Secret. You actually let them believe that they were secret.
That should be a capital offense right there. Oh my God. How could you lie to those poor girls like that? Secret. Okay, so Michael doesn't know. I practically paid the Pope to bless the union.
So whoever this boss is, they paid this person, okay, to talk shit about somebody online, and again with this high society energy.
Paid somebody online to talk shit about somebody. Wow. I guess when every tool you have is a hammer, Every problem you have might be bipolar.
Okay, could be dealing with the King of Wands that's under fire. Okay, Queen of Wands at the top of the deck here. It's can I say? It's an embarrassment here. Okay, because I feel like whoever this boss is, there's something about the position.
Yeah, it's an embarrassment. I've been aware that it was embarrassing for quite some time, as the fallout spread inexorably across the land. It's pretty embarrassing. Yeah, I was embarrassed when I got there, and within 5 seconds I realized, oh, everyone's here, and this is where they hang out. And then I wasn't invited because they know me and they didn't want me to show up until they had something they could impress me with, and they're all going to act like I'm not here, but they're all here, and the whole thing is built for me and other people like me. Within 5 seconds of getting to Belgao, I knew that's what it was. Paladin vision is real, plus the bunch of shallow little girls. All of this was fine until some point when, for some reason, rather than allow me to meet this person, they sold her off to a Texas rape gang, and they've been acting like Matthew Christian Simo, and they fucked off to send a twin of Benjamin Thomas Cooper, or me, and using my ID and trying to get away with it for years, with a variety of felonious effects. So, if you guys want to keep on torturing these women, that's fine, but they don't really like these guys, and then these guys are like, When? We can't let Kuzi get near. He's already talking about breeding them. And apparently this is a problem, I guess, even though I wouldn't breed them, although at this point, since I'm told I'm not supposed to, there's an actual urge there. But I don't want to breed them at all. I'd rather just nonstop breed Carrie Newell and have Angelina Jolie pick up the babies and take care of them, and then we could just fuck around and fucking fornicate all we fucking want while all of you go back to work. Can't that be my job? Why not? Oh, I'm supposed to work while you fall fornicate. It's funny. It's funny how that works out. It's funny how people think that they're supposed to just have crazy, wanton, drug-fueled sex orgies for the rest of their lives after starting in high school and lying about it. They think that that's going to stay forever, and that if I missed my window of opportunity, then I should just suck it up and give all my money to somebody else, and then that's how I prove love. These were thoughts that were confabulated by actual people at certain points during the years that led up to the COVID apocalypse, and I'm here to tell you, I couldn't fucking believe it either. And since they couldn't understand why I was still there at all, they assumed it was because I was crazy with desire for drugs and sex, and that I was mind controlled in some way, or just really stupid, and they could say anything they wanted to me, and wiggle, and then I would just do it. And for years I pretended innocence to be that milquetoast of a loser. Consequently, everybody thought I was kind of a creep, even though I was not really. They just couldn't figure out why I was possibly wasting all my time if I didn't want cheap sex and drugs or to traffic superhumans. Nobody could understand that. Well, I love my country, and I see my country loves her, and my country should probably stop holding a 60,000-year-old shaman as hostage. But I can see why they're afraid to take off the chains. Yeah, so I'm having fun being a citizen, and then I can see why you didn't think I'd be able to, because most of you are Jews and work for the gay mafia, and citizenship doesn't really come to play in your world. And then, I don't like getting bullied, so I put a little mustard on it. All right, trust the plan.
That they hold here, okay? You would have never thought that this person would be that bothered, that intimidated, that they would do something like that, like pay somebody, okay, to slander someone online, all right? Because it's not giving boss energy, it's giving.
Well, I know now why. I'm sorry that it came to that. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't until much later that it was easy to forgive her. Before that, it was more, what the fuck did you fucking do and why? What was your name again? Fuck you, Tammy. Before recently, it was kind of up in the air. And then I guess some men, I guess they stab women in the chest with knives when they find out certain things. I don't, but I can see how somebody would have thought that I would have started with her because she's one fucked up piece of work. But no, I just wanted to know what the answer was. And now that I know the answer, I think it's the most romantic story. I'm not mad at her at all. And why would I stab her in the chest? She's already working on doing a 3 tongues swallowed a day schedule with the double Sunday matinee since I guess I'm supposed to be more gentle about this. I'm supposed to give a toss about my chances to get her into bed, and I'm not supposed to be simultaneously antagonizing and blowing off her daughter, who I either have had sex with in the past when she travels in the future into the past to have sex with me and to spite her mother, or that was just a made-up story, which I'm not really sure on the details of because they don't want to share these details with me. They're always busy in court and talking to robots on YouTube incessantly in order to maintain the fictional narrative that they had hoped to replace the real life one with their own. Yeah, it really is this whack job. Yeah. So I don't think I'm going to let her hyphenate. I don't think she's worthy.
Rat, maggot, bottom of the barrel here. So whoever this is, they're not a boss here. They play one on daytime TV here, so their mask is going to drop as well. You got King of Wands out here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, Queen of Wands here.
She used to be a boss. Oh yeah. Now it's classified and held under confidential seal.
Okay, interesting. This could be somebody's counterpart, y'all. Big Leo energy is here with the Strength card, the 5 of Wands, and the King of Swords. Somebody could have been trying to cut down.
Hi, Leos. You dropped the ball. Move over, Bacon.
Queen of Wands in court here. Okay, something like that. Somebody's counterpart could have turned, karmic soulmate could have turned against him here. Yeah, they paid somebody, y'all.
She gets kidnapped by vampires and turned into a ghoul that hates Michael Kuzi. It's amazing how many spells there are that end up with making a poor uber slut abo suddenly crave cock. It's amazing how many times that can happen, and then it's always somebody else. It's never me. I'm supposed to be agonizing over this, but at this point, I'm just glad she keeps on getting nominated. That's cool.
Age of Coins. Spreading a false narrative. Across the
Do you think the narrative is bipolar?
airways, all right? Full energy here, yeah. But look at him. He's right, pissed off here, okay? Knight of Blades energy with the Fool card here,
Now everything I've been saying is going to piss off a few people because what I'm saying is problematic for some people to deal with because, number one, it's fucking true.
I'm begging you. Start trading tomorrow. Especially if you're over 50.
That part maybe not so true.
Knight of Blades energy with the Fool card here, Yeah, they were trying to keep this alliance hidden here, okay? They really were.
Yeah, I pretty much knew within the first 5 seconds. Oh, I see what's going on. I just didn't say anything, and nobody asked. I know that's hard for people who have no understanding of how to withhold gratification, who have been on speed and lying about it since they were 16 or 15 or whatever the fuck. I know it's hard for you all to realize that some people make deliberate moves, and then that's me, and then yeah, I could see why people wanted to kill me. I'm having a great time. I'm not even charged with any crimes. None of this is illegal. None of it. I'm not. It's not even a joke. I'm not pretending to be nice so I can get a chance to get a revenge strike. Why would I need revenge? It's the best, most romantic birthday party ever. And why haven't I heard from the 5 JBs? JB, and JB. And JC, Jason Collin. 5 JBs and JC, and they're all a bunch of wanked off boomer cope cops who seem to be arguing about who's going to go to court and who's holding the bag for killing my girlfriend over and over. Although, is it really killing if she's coming back to life? Yeah, she's actually being killed, yeah, but she's immortal. She seems to have gotten used to it. Once again, public service announcement: do not traffic children. Don't traffic the children of God. God doesn't like it. I don't either. No one does. And most everyone likes what kind of delightful punishments that I can come up with. That's why they're paying me the big bucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like with the Fool energy, this is someone trying to play a situation off. Okay, is what I'm getting from this card. Like if you were to ask this person, they would act.
Like she actually acts like it's my fault. She doesn't know why it's my fault, but it is my fault. And then I haven't rescued her fast enough. I didn't know I was supposed to. And then I didn't know everybody else was not going to bother. But I guess he was pretty scary. And then I guess most people figured out that there's not much point in bothering to rescue her if she's just going to ask where I am and then try to kill me. So I can see you all got kind of disappointed with what happened and then didn't know what to do about it. Up to and including telling me fucking anything. Since I didn't disappear too hard, but I did disappear, and then nobody really came to ask me what happened. They just came to run game on me and try to frame me and take my money and call me lazy, worthless, no good. Because I guess you were mad about something. Wow. Denial of denial is extraordinarily potent force.
If they know nothing about it here, okay? And I feel like this relationship got exposed. And then what they came up with, the alliance, the deal, the manipulation, that got exposed as well here, okay?
Yeah. I didn't think that I had to ask, hey, are you trafficking my friend? And yeah, I didn't think I have to ask that. I figured that was obvious. And then when it became obvious that that was something that you all did and laughed about and thought that was fine, I could see that things were going to come to a head at some point. Because no, it's not fucking fine. It's a fucking felony. Fuck. And then the implication being, oh, I hate her that much. I'm going along with it and I laugh at it too. No, I don't fucking laugh at it. Plus, I literally didn't think that you were doing anything like that. And then even if I did, why would I be holding a bag and then you would all disappear? Oh yeah, you used to have a time ship. Oh yeah, you used to have a time window to 1984. Oh yeah, you used to have global amnesia spells. Okay, not anymore, fuckers. Now everybody knows. Belgab filled with creeps. Jackstar took him out. Single-handedly. Just me. Well, and Jesus and God, but not really. It was really just me. Yeah. They pissed me off that much. So. I can't wait to get a job. I'm a fucking workaholic.
Pisces or Aries could be significant here. They was talking a whole lot of shit. Knight of Blades energy here.
Do you think they were talking about being bipolar?
This is someone here who, with the full energy. When this started here, okay, because I'm getting some instability from whoever this is, a lot of instability here. But with the full energy of the Knight of Blades, this is not someone who would openly talk shit about somebody here, okay? So it's almost as if they were trying to hide that as well. Like, the fool is saying, I don't have any problems with you, I don't have any problems with this person.
Yeah, she doesn't have any problems with me, but she could figure out why she hated me, because she did. And then not really a whole lot of time to think things through when you're being given meth when you're 16 and being groomed since age of 3 by a bunch of fourth dimensional space pirates in Shorecrest School District number 412. I could see how some facts might have skipped past her, up to and including the fact that she fucked up pretty bad, since she treated me like garbage and thought that I was supposed to be dumb enough to rape her. Why would I do that? She thought she was so beautiful, and I was such a savage that she could compel me to abandon all hope of ever having a normal life at all, and I would just jump into prison for the opportunity of plunging it into her once because I needed to reproduce my savage heathen genes that badly. That's what they taught her in her eugenics class, wherever she came from. She was afraid of how attractive I was because I was so nagale. And her secret shame was she could only think of one way to justify having had sex with the hangaga would be that she told everybody she wanted to rape baby and then she was going to blast it out. That's what this chick was thinking. While she's high balls on meth, acting like I'm 16, she's probably 26. Meanwhile, I'd never had a girlfriend before and didn't know what the fuck's going on. And I'd been lied to my whole life by a whole bunch of whack job Masons. Frankly, it does sound a bit far-fetched even for me, but that is exactly what happened. So I think I turned out pretty well. I may not have made the most money in the world, but at least I didn't make a complete ass out of myself and have no need to chase people down one by one and explain things. Oh no! I think everybody gets it. Yeah. And then none of you even know the girl that I really want. I'm shy.
Here, okay, I get along with everybody is what I'm getting with the full energy here, but behind the scenes, honey.
Well, I'll fuck anybody at this point. I've been left alone to die for so many years, and then I'm pretty easy. So just about anybody who will get within arm's reach of me, I can probably figure something out. presuming they don't have a sense of smell. And that's about as far as I get down thinking about how am I going to get laid. Other than that, I just get high and babble into the phone. Yeah, that's my job. No money in it either. So I can see why people think that I'm a failure, but really, since it's exactly what I expected to accomplish, and then I don't have to worry about where I'm going to put my savings in retirement, that's pretty convenient. It also cuts down on white-collar crime, since all the people were planning on looting the trust for all its money. Well, there's no money in it. Or is there? I don't know. I don't care. I wasn't laundering drug money through it, so there's no money there that I need to worry about. And then nobody seemed to want to pay me anything. It took a long time to get things going, so it just like slowly drained down. Meanwhile, somebody else somehow took my mother's house and flipped it over and over and over and made like $177 million and built a gas station called the Space Rage Station and Quagmire. Somehow some people were able to make money, but I wasn't. I guess that's because I was so obsessed with reproducing my genes that all the people who were paying attention just couldn't be bothered to do their due diligence and perform even the most basic of civil functions and just be nice to little Michael Guzzi. My father must have pissed you all off, huh? All right. Einstein was more afraid of being known for being Hungarian than he was of being known for being a Jew. Einstein, the laser, atom bomb, E equals MC squared. He's Hungarian. Dracula, Hungarian. Harry Houdini, Hungarian. I got a cousin named Attila. He looks like Papa. That's who I am. That's who I am. And then you told Sweetie that she needed to stick with the Austrian. Wow. Yeah, I bet she's not as fun to get along with now. Yeah. That's not surprising. Yeah. So. And there's 8 of them in Texas, you say. That's interesting. How do you get so many of them? How many are there?
Like somebody here had a whole lot to say. Truth and change. So the truth is changing a situation here, but better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Yeah, the truth is changing the situation here, okay, and it's causing the tower. And it's getting these people caught up.
The truth is that I don't mind talking about this at all, since I know it has a happy ending, and I don't feel bad about having been raped into being a labor trafficked child in the 90s by a bunch of morons who ostensibly thought they were doing the right thing. And I guess maybe they were, but it doesn't look good when they don't control the narrative. And I guess that's what they should have written a cease and desist letter for, or filed suit against me in court for, except they couldn't because there's rules. And then they just wanted me to go away and stop talking at all because they just couldn't handle the reality of how badly they'd fucked up. And it never occurred to them to say, hey, can we work something out? I guess they didn't want to work anything out. They were ordered by their commander, who obtained dominance over their lives by abusing military property and by taking military fuck me drugs for too long. Apparently they had to do everything this guy said, and he put them through the paces. Love that guy. I don't know what he did, but I can see why he did it the way he had to. And then I don't know what he was accused of or whatnot, but I can see why it turned into a thing, and also why that person didn't trust me, because he shouldn't. I'm just having fun on my own. I don't know what his fucking plan was. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Her name was Jewel. Don't mock the Christ, you fucking creep. Now, it doesn't mean the end of the world, except for him. I guess it does. I think he was probably planning on maintaining the illusion of being in control. He's not in fucking control. How the fuck is he still alive? I have no idea. And then where that woman is, I don't know. And then why'd she go to the psych ward 3 times? I don't know. And then where'd that piece of clothing she asked for go? I don't know. Why'd she ask for a t-shirt? I have no idea. And then why did I end up in the same behavioral hospital months later? Oh, I know why. Because she wanted me to know what it was like. I'm out in a week. She's there multiple times. They won't let her talk about anything, and she's all blah, blah, blah. She can't talk on the phone. Meanwhile, I'm there for a week, and I realize, oh, I get it. And I'm out. And no, I'm not obsessed with tracking her down and put my wee-wee in her. I just sit around getting high as balls like she used to. And unlike her, not pretending that I don't. I just sort of sit here and go, bleh, and I occasionally make the half-hearted gesture of trying to encourage some sort of seductive effort. But I don't want to actually go through with it. We broke up for a reason. I just want to be able to sit around and have the option to get high as balls with her, and then just not. Not even because I don't want to. Just it's just so much time in the day. There's other things I want to get done, and then since I didn't cheat on somebody else, and then they did, and they told everybody that I was cheating on them. For the last 3.5 years, they've been sitting around, unable to make the simplest of phone calls, since that would be against orders. And she didn't tell me she was military working. She just acted like she was quirky. And I warned her that this exact situation could happen, and then she laughed at me. I miss you, sweetie. Now, I had no idea it was going to take so long, but yeah, just say pass. Just say pass. It's not worth it to lie to. Maybe you'll get specialer consequences if you never tell a lie to clergy ever again, although I don't know if that's necessary or worrisome. Maybe we just cut your tongue out. I'm sorry, sweetie, I'm kidding. Oh, are you mad? Oh, she's mad. Hang on. It sounds like she's crying. Oh, sweetie, are you crying? Okay, now she just let out a blood-curdling scream and started to claw out her fingernails. Wow, I hope that's an imaginary thing. That's I'm going to say that's grapefruit disco.
The fool is just telling me, like, I would never, like, huh? What? Lost? Somebody feels lost now. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything here. So part of somebody's karma, they're going to lose everything here. Because...
Still got my dick. Do I have to lose that?
You know, this wasn't just a spur of the moment thing. Like, this could have been going on over, the span of a month's time, years is what I'm getting for somebody here, okay?
Yeah, years. They were planning on becoming the ultimate pair of lesbo and stealing from me because I was a hateful man and they owed me a revenge strike because I messed up their lives, and this was all just made up by the trafficking cartel. And in reality, I figured, oh, they must know each other, and of course they're not going to talk about it. Why would they? That would ruin the mystery. And then I didn't mind that at all. I thought it was kind of nice. And then it never occurred to me at all that there was a challenge to get them in the same room. And then somebody else wanted to do that, and then when they did, they raped him, and then they didn't let him see me. And somehow I was convinced to be the worst choice possible, and they toddled off with some guy who ended up taking advantage of him. So I don't need to know who that is, but yeah, it makes sense that I should be put in jail or prison. Yeah, because I totally set all this up, and then Matt and Ali saved the day. Inner Reach and Azure, you two are Schweinhund Dummkopf. Okay, I'm not like overly pissed, but I'd like to point out you might have lost your objectivity, and I didn't care to be lied to and hung up on. Boy.
Like they've been attacking somebody's character in secret. Cowardly here. Happiness here.
Do you think it's bipolar?
You just got into a car accident, and you're thinking, I'll handle it myself.
Is it a bipolar car accident?
Really thought about what that means.
Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony.
Is it bipolar happiness?
Maybe this person wanted you to be lost here. Okay, yeah, growth and happiness here. They didn't want that for you. Mm-hmm.
Gee, thanks. It's so good to know that people who went to high school and treat me like garbage grow up to decide what I'm going to want from me. Like, how fucking arrogant can one gang of overprivileged white boys be? I'm here to tell you, pretty goddamn arrogant. Yeah. So it doesn't feel great to get this off my chest, but it feels wonderful to know that nothing can stop what is coming, and you can't even sue me, and I'm probably not going to be seen as a villain, and it's nothing compared to what you've been saying about me. And I guess I don't think this is a plan. I think this is just something added on top. So I can't think of any cool one-liners right now. Hasta la vista, babe. No, it's not going to work. Suck my fat one, YouTube. No. Oh, I know. I got one. Pound, fuck you, pay me too. Click.
They didn't want you to find your way, Child, cry real tears. You know how bad they look? How bad they look. Other people find out what they did, maybe for fortune here. Chance is the first step you take. Luck is what comes after. Yeah, somebody here It's like they wanted you to have no chance in hell here, okay? Because they know that your North Node was going to lead you straight to your abundance, straight to your prosperity here. And with this Aquarian energy, some of you guys, like your North Node has a lot to do with helping others here, okay? Being a light is what I'm getting with the star energy here. Mm-hmm.
A Virgo rising is a selfless servant to the society at large. I just like to be helpful, not because I like to be a little bitch, but because it's only when acting to help people and giving them what they really, really want that one can find their weaknesses and exploit them while not appearing to be doing anything at all obvious like that.
And it wanted to cause an illusion about that. Everything you can imagine is real. Child, let's get one more. Yeah, destiny in the reverse, child, somebody is cursed. Blindness. There's none so blind as those who would not listen. So maybe this Emperor energy was warned here, okay? This Emperor and this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, their destiny, they don't have one, all right? They sacrifice themselves trying to come for you. Destiny in the reverse, blindness here.
That's okay. They can be my coachman when I turn the car into a pumpkin and take all these broads to the prom and then impregnate them on the dance floor. I'm not gonna do that. Holy shit. However, it appears it wouldn't have been that hard for me to do. All I would have to do is just, shake down my dad for some fucking fuck me dope. Of course, that's what many people did. And it was assumed that I must have been doing as well by prejudiced white people who really aren't as tolerant and open as they thought they were. Copyright Magic Castle LLC.
And maybe, someone was blind to work with this feminine or to work with this masculine here. It could have been either one of them that was blind. That, this was all a lie here. But I'm not getting that here. I feel like that was the intent, to blind everybody from who you were and what you're about is what I'm getting, okay? Manipulation to cause a malfunction here. Child. Child. Routine. Unsettled sleep brings about fatigue and reduced alertness here. Your dream tone messages, let them guide your intuition here. Change my nose. Sorry, y'all. Upholding your autonomy and rejecting attempts at manipulation. Critically examining sources and refusing to be blindly controlled. Again, there's that blindness here, okay? Somebody was blindly controlled here. And I'm getting people outside of this couple here because I feel like strongly they both knew what was up here, okay? Like they wanted you to have unsettled sleep here, but that energy has been returned to send their whole heart.
Well, they thought that I was obsessed with having sex with her, but I wasn't. Of course I knew she was a lesbian. So I was puzzled when the lesbian wanted me to have sex with her, and she hoped it was with me. I guess because she thought my semen was the best. But whatever the reason was, she didn't want to have a whole bunch of sex. She wanted to have sex once. She wanted to get baby batter out of me and then run away. I didn't want to do that either. And then I couldn't understand what the fuck was happening until I realized what was happening. And then I was shocked and horrified to discover that no one was going to be around to tell this woman that was happening for years unless I went to the monumental effort of calling on the phone and then somehow explaining to her something she didn't want to know and probably already knew and didn't understand the significance of. And I guess no one else wanted to do that either. So that's why fucking 40 years later you're still hearing me talk about Tammy and hi, my name's Mike. You can call me Mike now. And then I don't need to have sex with her, but I wouldn't mind saying hello first before jumping on the ones that I do, who probably will love the story since I guess they're probably mad at her. A lot of rivalry. That's cool. And I would have just found a new lover before, except I was being date raped by police in high school, so I figured I might want to wait a while to decide to rebreed, and then I didn't really find the notion of a white picket fence surrounded by thuggy piggy guards taking my money whenever they wanted to. That didn't inspire ambition in me. So that should answer most people's questions as to what I've been doing. Obviously working out.
Okay, again, family ties. There's a family here that's catching hell. They having problems sleeping at night here. I did see that 10 of Cups a couple times, right?
I live on Barnes Drive. I have a friend named Barnes. They're probably getting looked at pretty harsh because they kind of screwed up and they haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. I can see why. It's difficult for them to do that since no one really understands how important I am, nor how critically important certain things are for certain people. People don't understand how women who become incarnated over and over and over in a perpetual time loop feel about having discovered that they've been misled to about little Michael Kuzi, and that maybe they shouldn't have been such a stone-cold heathen bitch. Maybe. And that they didn't know anything about why I was behaving the way I was, and they never bothered to ask. They just assumed. It's got to be rough for some. And then I didn't set this up to make somebody suffer. Somebody else did, And then they made them suffer without telling me, and then acted as though I was supposed to know, and that was supposed to impress me. No, I just told me that dudes are willing to make women miserable just to rape them. And then I guess they were raped to death or reprogrammed or something, so I wasn't going to see them. Once somebody gets brainwashed by meth dick, pass. I just don't have time to chase down that rabbit. Long story short, the last woman I saw that I wanted to have sex with was dead and claimed she had herpes all over her nose, mouth, throat, and implied that that would be a hideous thing to do. And that by getting near me, she started to feel itchy and bumpy and writhing with sudden onset of symptoms, which I guess is what happens when you give herpes to a child in high school and then go off and ignore them. I guess God has a way of striking you down. I think. I don't actually know. That part I can't confirm because it only happened briefly, and then, I was on drugs, of course. Oh, so many drugs. Obviously enough drugs that I could make up this kind of story. I don't think I've made it up. I've just presented what has been shown to me, and I can see why most people wouldn't expect anybody to repeat it. It's pretty nightmarish. It's pretty horrifying, especially if anybody had an ego investment. But since really just wanted to find out why I wasn't told, now I can see why I wasn't told. Guess it's pretty embarrassing, huh? Great, let's go over it again. 6 days a week with a triple matinee on Sunday.
This could be a masculine or somebody who had a family with that work with this person here. Trump card. Hidden riches and revealing them only to the worthy. Reserve power and using it strategically when needed. Your power lies in patience. Use it wisely to surprise when least expected here. So what I'm getting is that for some of you guys, there are some hidden riches here, okay? And they only...
I live on a pile of rock that's estimated to be worth $86 billion. They didn't tell me that. And then they acted like I didn't deserve to know how the water supply worked. And then they vandalized it, and they told me to leave. Said my dialect was funny. Like, how could I ever leave this place? This place is like fucking Wonderland.
Reveal these hidden riches to people who they felt like would work against you, and whoever you are. These could have been your riches that was hidden from you. So they could be Richard here. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Reserve power.
Richard Cousy. Paging Richard Cousy. Richard Cousy? Richard Cousy. Richard Cousy. Dude, you're such a fucking sleaze.
And using it strategically when needed. So they felt like they were moving strategically against you. Yeah, I can't make it up here with secret weapon, okay? You could be seeing a lot of synchronicities, 2222. Oh, jeez. It's aggravating. Unseen by foes, ready to be unleashed. Quietly deadly, a silent strike. Revealing the arsenal of the unseen. So they felt like this was the master plan, honey, okay? To bury you with lies and slander so that you wouldn't reach your North Node. And again, it's not going to be for everyone. For some of you guys, the whole thing was to make you look like a horrible, bad, terrible person, a villain, a monster here, so you couldn't gain access to some hidden riches. For some of you guys, there could be some inheritance that was on the line here.
I already did look like a terrible monster, and now I look confusing until the understanding dawns and people realize that I'm the actual greatest American hero. Not only did I not need the instruction book, I wrote it for me. You don't get one. And once again, without having there being any evidence or narrative that makes any sense, and without being at all obvious about it, I've done things that no one else thought anybody could do. Incontrovertibly, right in front of everybody. Copyright Magic Castle LLC. Now, I don't know what it takes to get a free drink around here, but there's this chick, she's got millions of dollars, she can't buy me dinner. Number one, she's mad. Number two, she can't realistically tell me why she can't buy me dinner. And number three, she's got a restraining order against me because somebody told her that I was stalking her and she believed it, so she filed for one. And once you do that, it's forever. Way to go, dingbat. Why don't you lock yourself in with Rorschach for encore?
Okay? Yeah, consumerism here. And this person here, like their mouth was salivating here, okay? Taking something from you is what I'm getting. And with that consumerism here, that's also people eating it up, okay? Eating up the lies, eating up the gossip, eating up the slander here, all right? And if you were amongst a community that really didn't care for you, like a bunch of fake people, fake family, it didn't take much, honey. But they trapped themselves. They trapped themselves. It was supposed to trap you, okay? Yeah, petty gates. Whoever took this bribe here to slander you has trapped themselves here, okay? Yeah, they've cursed themselves with being penny wise, pound foolish, and undermining overall success. No, rejection.
Christmas?
Overall success. No, rejection. So I wanted you to be rejection here. That was the whole thing, okay? This is what was going on behind the scenes here. So you would be feeling rejected here, okay? Look at them, child. Lying.
They're lesbos. They date each other. They're hiding that fact from me. They don't reject me. They just don't have anything to do with me on that level. And then they feel betrayed because they think that I hated them for being that way, and that I was a threat that had to be taken out. I wasn't a threat at all. It was somebody else who tricked them into making the threat, and then nobody told them that for years. So I'm not surprised they didn't make a whole lot of money, and they went batshit insane. And what this has to do with me, nothing. And then these women went to therapists and psych wards four times over the span of 2 decades. Apparently none of the doctors at psych ward ever bothered to call me up and say, hey, do you know anything about this friend? She keeps ranting and raving about your dick. Claims you raped her, but that's obviously not true. Nothing, never any follow-up. It's the satanic ritual abuse network that's part of the balanced breakfast that is what's it called? Allopathic medicine. Those girls have suffered a lot. And then on top of that, people make fun of them for fumbling me. So consequences have rarely been so special. But it's worth it since all sorts of other cool stuff happened. That stuff I won't get into since it's falsifiable, and then I don't want to get sued for slander, and I don't think I could be at this point since, well, I don't think the women are allowed to use their thumbs while handcuffed to the radiator in Bogota, and their pimp daddies would have to sue on their behalf since they've took the time to cross the street to buy dope from some corrupt Jew, and now they're bound chattel military slaves. Waka waka. This is how women get trafficked for eternity. This is what the rules allow men to do, and this is why human trafficking is a big fucking problem. Because the thing about creepy fucking rapey predator fags is that they like it so much that they tend to want to get away with it, and they have lots of time after stealing all sorts of money and having wanton fornicative sex with whoever they want to do with for a while. They get kind of full of themselves and they start hatching plans. They get pretty out of control. And that's the situation that I was just dumped into by everybody who didn't tell me anything and just expected me to be entrapped, and so deliriously excited by sex and drugs that I would never notice anything. That's what my hometown high school prepared my alumni class to do. I didn't even need 10,000 marbles. I'm a genius.
People's pockets here. Here's what I heard. Savings here. Child. Online. I can't make it up. Paying people to reject you.
Paying people to reject you.
I'm also getting paying people to deny applications, jobs, something like that, okay? Now they want to escape. Nah, bring that ass back here, okay? New beginning. They did this all for a new beginning, okay? I felt like this new beginning was yours. They wanted to delay and stop you. My nose went crazy. They wanted to delay and stop you, all right? And they wanted to take over.
These fourth dimensional space pirates are pretty fucking whack job.
But they had buried you with lies and slander and mistruths here. They wanted to press the start button here on the new beginning here. But now that ass wants to escape here, okay? Because there's a major malfunction here. People are finding out that this shit was just speculation.
The malfunction is now I'm irritated.
Trap is at the bottom of the deck. Let's get a couple more. Damn. Okay, there's an unexpected surprise. Maybe surrounding the holidays. Okay, germination here prevents future issues by addressing root causes, preserves delicate beginnings, and ensures their future. Roots out issues from their source and promotes stability. So I feel like they feel like they could squash you. They feel like you were the issue. Okay. Can I say plucking you from the soil here? They felt like that was getting to the issue here. Okay, like somebody wanted you out of the way. Okay.
Bait.
I'm working on my divine feminine side to gather the strength to protect this ceiling. I want to be more nurturing and loving towards this new beginning. That's exactly what they did not want. Unexpected surprise here. Surprises that spark introspection and lead to emotional breakthroughs. Unseen moments of joy that challenge your perception of what truly matters. Unexpected joys reveal hidden depths and profound connections. Somebody also didn't want you to go within, okay? Because they knew that the truth would be revealed to you.
Look at how I just got max strength generic Viagra for only $1 each from Friday Plans.
So that's why I became a master of divination, since sex magic was really not an option.
Man, what you go get, y'all? Close out here with some.
This is how arrogant white supremacists are.
Now you're crying because they trapped in the tower?
They gotta try so hard because they're so supreme.
Well. This King Wands is over here. You're in the hot seat here, okay? All right. Okay, I don't like what came out. Child, somebody's watching the shit go down. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, private relationship. I can't make it up, y'all. I can't make it up. Private relationship. They feel lost now. Now everything is...
I can't call any of my friends because the phone's blocked, and whoever I have a private relationship with, they can't talk to me since I guess they're found out and they were lying about me or something. You know, lying just isn't worth it. When a man lies, he murders a part of the world. When a woman does it, she goes out and buys new lingerie.
Out in the open, it's not private. What do I have at the top of the deck? Getting a room, hotel, motel, suite, business, and pleasure here. Business and pleasure. Tell you, there's an emperor energy. Somebody who has some sort of status. This person can even be married. Is what I'm getting, honey. Okay. Whoever this Queen of Coins in reverse, again, it's giving like escort, harlot, Jezebel energy here because this is not the type of person, even if this person was single, that they would flaunt this person on the main stage here, okay? So they were sneaking up with them in secret. Now, for some of you guys, this could be a third party to an ex here. But I'm getting there's a Jezebel energy that was sleeping with somebody that was high up, okay? Somebody in a high place here, okay? Getting a room, private relationship here. Copycat is at the bottom of the deck.
So all the guys who wanted to keep me away from these women thought the best thing to do was to have sex with them, pretend to have a relationship, and then brass it out, and then not realizing that, cool, that saves me the time and trouble of having a relationship with myself, so I bought them shoes and lingerie, and then I'm just happy that they're around, and that I can blow this whole thing out of the water without asking too many more questions, or in fact any, since I know just about everything, up to and including why people would be willing to let this happen. Because they didn't know what else to do. And they never in a million years thought that anyone could ever be this good at doing nothing at all. Nobody does that better.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be somebody who wants to be you, honey. All right. Investigating here. And they got the truth. Keeping you a secret. Damn. Keeping you a secret. Private relationship. Getting a room here. And I've been...
Yeah, so that might not have been the best thing to do to a person who had been abused by police and a minor child and then relentlessly stalked ever since. So that's kind of why you're not in trouble so much, because I'm not pressing charges, but it doesn't matter if you say, Michael Kuzi raped me again and again, no matter how much you've been hypnotized to believe it. Because for one thing, you want me to. For another, you're mad because I haven't. For a third, for the last several months, you and your team have been on recorded surveillance, running false paper on Michael Kuzi and wasting time at the courts about Michael Kuzi and claiming that money that you stole from Michael Kuzi is yours instead of belonging to Michael Kuzi, and then threatening me with gunplay and making fun of me when I attempted to pretend that this was not happening. It was like you got taken over by your narcissist half and then acted like you were in charge, and that if I didn't obey, you were going to put me in jail for rape or something. It's the most adorable romantic thing.
Saying this for a few weeks now. Once the cover gets blown off a significant relationship here, then everything else is going to come out, and that's what's going on, all right? Yep, that's what it is. Come on, y'all. Pregnancy test, y'all. I know you lied. Police don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear somebody saying don't bring me no bad news here, but that's all they're getting here. Okay, with Destiny in reverse and the tower. Ciao. All right, collective, that has been a reading. Thanks for watching my channel, Johnny Terrell. Bye.
Okay, I'm not going to gloat too much, but hopefully most of you can understand why it's been a little hard to talk about anything lately. Since, yeah, I'm ready to move on. I didn't save her so I could get back into a excessively exploitative relationship. I just did it so I could brag about how I was a hero. I want to have sex with somebody else. Is that a problem? I thought she was a lesbo. What do you mean she cries when she have me? She cries when she has me. She cries when and there's more than one. Oh, wow. Does the Air Force have a plan for that? No. They shut down the government and they're taking away the food and they still haven't fixed it. I still haven't got to Discovery. And then the people who used to have access to these women kind of still do, but now they're hated and loathed and everybody kind of knows why. Wow. Well, it's probably just another lone gunman. Click.